Have to me has been the bullpen. You know, they've been lights out all year. You see the difference between last year's bullpen and this one. But overall, you know, they're 2 games better than last year. They played great in the second half last year. I expect them to play better in the second half. I really do. And they've got a 2-game lead. I expect the starting rotation to get better. I really do. I think they're going to, offensively, they haven't hit their stride yet. And we've been saying that for a while, but I expect that to happen. Then you think about the competition in this division, and it's not the same. Toronto's not the same club, and Baltimore is fading, and you're worried about Tampa Bay. That's kind of a switch. But the Yankees are going to be there, but I think the Red Sox will get better. They should win this division.
Drew Pomerance today looking to stay hot, and so is second baseman Dustin Pedroia. When is he not? As he continues to play errorless baseball day after day, night after night. Guerin will dig deeper into the success of Dustin Pedroia when we come back. Game 3 on the way. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and Alexa Strikes Out Hunger program. McDonald's. Any McCafe bakery muffin with any size hot or iced coffee, just $1.99. And by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. What a day here in Canada. Just after Canada Day and the celebration of 150 years here. Red Sox going for a sweep of this 3-game series, and have won 7 out of the last 9 head-to-head against Toronto. Dustin Pedroia continues to set records defensively. For more on that story, let's bring in Guerin. Hi, Guerin.
OB, Dustin Pedroia has not committed an error in his last 100 games. I talked to Brian Butterfield about what Pedroia does really well on the field.
He does a little bit of everything. He's like having a coach on the field. He makes sure that everybody knows what they're doing. He's always in the right spot. He plays fast, and he's also very talented. He has the ability to take away hits on the ground and in the air, and everybody respects him because of the way he goes about his work.
OB, Pedroia's errorless streak is the longest ever by any Red Sox second baseman.
All right, Garrett, thank you very much. He is in the lineup, and earlier today, Xander Bogaerts was supposed to be in the lineup, but he has a bit of a groin injury. And talking with John Farrell and the training staff, they decided to take him out just about 10 minutes ago. So Xander Bogaerts is a late scratch. He's listed as day-to-day as a result of that.
You got to play it safe with him. You know, that's a grueling position, and here we are here on this turf. I mean, it's so-called turf, not the same, but careful there.
So Xander out of the lineup, and Zue Lin will be at shortstop. Devin Marrero is going to be at third base, and of course Dustin Pedroia in there at second base as part of the double play combination. Game number 3 coming your way. Sox now at a 2-game lead over the Yankees with 81 games to play. Chris Sale said yesterday it's going to be fun when we get going. When we start putting it together, it's going to be a scary thing. Gary DiSarcina, who managed the ball club yesterday with John Farrell out, as you look at the standings, John of course is back now. He said the Red Sox have not hit their stride yet, still waiting on that, and yet up by 2 games.
Does that mean Sale's going to get better? I mean, he said we're going to get better. He can't get any better than that.
This incredible Red Sox lineup brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts will lead it off at 278. Benintendi moved to the 2 spot. He's in left field with Dustin Pedroia batting third. Mitch Moreland in the cleanup spot. Hanley Ramirez, the designated hitter. He's been swinging a hot bat. Jackie Bradley in center. Christian Vasquez does the catching. Lynn at short. Marrero at third base in the new look lineup that came out just a few minutes ago. All up against the right-hander, Joe Biagini, the right-hand reliever. And, you know, he was in their rotation as a relief pitcher for the first several months of the season, and now he is one of their starters.
Toronto Blue Jays defense today. They've made 48 errors in 80 games. You see around the infield, Josh Donaldson at third, Troy Tulowitzki at second, Darwin Barney at second, Justin Smoke at first. Around the outfield, Steven Pearce in left, Kevin Pillar in center, Jose Batista in right. Behind the plate, Russell Martin catching Joe Biagini.
Here the umpires now are brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Tony Randazzo behind the plate, Rob Drake at first, Pat Hoberg, young umpire at second, Jerry Davis is the crew chief at third base. And we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Copper2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Roof is open. Lovely day. 72 degrees. Later on today, a chance of a thunderstorm. But very dry at the moment as Mookie Betts prepares to hit for the first time against the right-hander Biagini. Mookie 278, 13 home runs. Had a fascinating day yesterday. Yesterday, Mookie became the first player in Red Sox history with 3 walks, 3 runs, and 2 stolen bases in a single game.
Didn't want to throw him a strike. It was incredible. He had the first 2 times up, he didn't throw him a strike. 8 balls. Boy, I like that's, to me, that's his best pitch, that curveball. 12-6. This guy's got good stuff. He does. He's has got any run support.
And the 0-2. Checked his swing. Back to that note, since 1901, the Red Sox had played 18,275 games. And Mookie Betts is the first Red Sox player ever to score 3 times, walk 3 times, 2 stolen bases in a game for the Red Sox.
Seems like it would have been done before.
You would think so.
Yeah.
2-2. Benintendi on deck. Red Sox will head for Texas after this one is through. And a 4-game series there in Arlington against the Rangers. And the 2-2 got him looking in there for strike 3.
Wow, what was he looking for? You see this pitch, fastball, pretty much middle. I mean, that's shocking. Must have had something else on his mind.
One out, Benintendi to dig in. He was hitting much lower in the lineup. Red Sox had him 7th in the original lineup. Now moved up to number 2 after it was reshuffled after Bogarts left the lineup. 275, 10 homers, 41 driven in for the rookie. Got a piece of himself there. Foul ball.
Biagini's had some trouble in the first inning, a couple of nuclear innings over the course of the last 6 or 7 starts. That has a lot to do with why his ERA is up, but win-loss wise, like I said before, they haven't scored many runs. I think this may be his last start because they've got Sanchez coming off the DL next week. But this kid did a great job for them last year in the bullpen. Put up some good numbers.
He's taken some lumps as a starter. In June, he went 1-4 in a rotation with a 5.88 ERA in 5 starts. And then he fouled it off his foot. Now hits a high fly ball into right field. It hangs up. Bautista battling the sun a little, but he has it for the second out.
Benintendi got a hanging changeup. He's lucky. Biagini's lucky this ball's not out of the ballpark. Not that every time you make a mistake, a ball's going out of the ballpark. But look at that high changeup. He had a good swing at it. Just skied it.
So here's Pedroia, dusting .293 with 2 home runs. He's 3 for 6 lifetime against this right-hander.
It's a big boy out there. He's got some leverage throwing downhill.
6'5", about 240. Biagini out of Redwood City, California.
He's got that fastball that comes back. Looks like it's outside and it just sort of drifts a little bit, a little sinkage at the end.
Two balls and 1 strike. Red Sox have not swept the Blue Jays in a series of any length since June of 2011. That was a 3-game series.
You got to take advantage of this club right now, and they have the first 2 games.
First game in extra innings. Yesterday was a sale day. Left-hander dominant again. Making a case for himself to be the starter again for the All-Star team. Leading the majors in strikeouts and having one amazing year. 3-1 is outside. So Dustin Pedroia on. That's something Red Sox have done a lot in the series. Take ball 4.
You're telling me that first night was unbelievable.
Yeah, game 1, Red Sox took 14 walks and 1 in extra innings.
John's back.
John got to see his son Luke pitch yesterday, make his major league debut in Kansas City. Then made it back. He just got there in time. I think he said he arrived at like just in front of 1 o'clock for a 1:15 first pitch. Moreland 264 with 12 home runs. He's driven in 41. It's a little bit of a skid here in the last few days.
Had a really lot of trouble Friday night. Left what, 10 guys on base, something like that, which is really difficult to do. But the Red Sox left on what, 17?
Yes, and won the game. Mitchell for his last 11. And that's in there for a called strike at 93. First career start for Biagini against the Red Sox, but the Sox are very familiar with him because he'd made 11 career relief appearances before today against Boston. 0-2.
He is right over the top. They faced so many guys lately that throw that 3/4 sort of cross their body and all that sort of thing. This guy is perfect, right over the top.
Two down. And knocked foul by Moreland. Red Sox heading on to face the Rangers, who right now are a game under 500. Rick Porcello will go on Monday at 8:05 in game 1. The Rangers have yet to name a starter. The Sox will be facing Yu Darvish in game 2 when Price goes against him. Check, and that one caroms off to the right, but no advance by Pedroia. And the count 2-2.
I believe they miss Hamels, right? I don't think they face Hamels in the series.
That's correct.
He's thrown pretty well since he's got off the DL.
Shift on for Moreland with Barney, the second baseman, in short right field. And the 2-2. There goes the runner. It's low. Here's the throw. It skips and off into center field. Pedroia is going to stay right there, backed up by Tulowitzki. Red Sox continue to press the matter on the bases. Yesterday they stole 3 bases.
I tell you what, that's a difference. Look for the Red Sox. Pedroia not that big, but he got a little running start there, and he dives in. It had to be a perfect throw to throw him out. I didn't know that Pedroia had a stolen bag in him. Before he'd had a chance to steal 20 bags. It's not the same anymore, but we've been watching double steals, some strange stuff that you don't see that often from the Red Sox.
The last 2 games the Red Sox have engineered a double steal. Stole 3 yesterday. They're 12-0 and they steal more than 1 base in a game. Last 22 attempts now. Red Sox have only been thrown out on a couple of occasions.
Benintendi got thrown out the other night, but a perfect throw by Maile.
And Red Sox now 17 for their last 21 in stolen bases. So man in scoring position for Moreland. He's having a long at bat. Hanley Ramirez, who has caught fire, is on deck. 6-game hitting streak for him.
I'll tell you what, the more that Hanley gets hot, the more pitches Moreland's going to get.
Scoreless here in the top of the first inning. Red Sox with a man at second and Dustin Pedroia. And he walked him. So the Sox have runners at first and second. Very long at bat for Moreland. And Hanley has a chance to do some damage here. Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets. From bleachers to boxes, all at a 200% guarantee. Treat yourself for someone special with tickets to a game. Visit aceticket.com now or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Hanley's had an excellent series. He's 5 for 11. 3 for 5 yesterday. And a season high 3 hits yesterday afternoon. Biagini really slows down the tempo with men on base. Did not get the call on that pitch.
Well, he had 0-2. He had Moreland 0-2 and lost him. That was a good at bat by Moreland to get on first. But this is the difference maker to me offensively. We've been talking about them getting it going, and they've been pretty good. I mean, they've scored almost 400 runs in the first half. But Hanley hasn't really been Hanley in the first half. Same thing he did last year. He didn't play all that well. The best of Hanley was in the second half. They're hoping for that this year.
Well, trying to get the Red Sox on the board right away here against Biagini and Toronto. Pedroia at second, Moreland at first. And a breaking ball in there. The 1-1. Scalded into center field. Pedroia will score easily. Moreland's on his way to third. Here's the throw behind him. He slides in and he's safe. Hanley Ramirez cooking right now. That's a 7-game hitting streak, and the Red Sox lead it 1-0.
Yeah, here comes Hanley. I'll tell you what. He gets that fastball. He rips this fastball right up the middle. That ball comes back over the middle of the plate. It's up, smokes it to center field. Pedroia scores easily, and then an aggressive Moreland goes all the way to third base. Fairly close, but that's heads up play by Moreland.
So the Red Sox doing it with 2 down. They also did this yesterday on 2 separate occasions. rallying with 2 away, and in each of those cases they scored 2 runs.
Yeah, 2-run doubles, one by Bradley, and I can't remember the
Dustin
other one.
Pedroia was
there you go.
Who just scored after walking and stealing a base. So here comes Jackie Bradley at 278 with 10 home runs, another hot hitter. Suddenly the Red Sox have several guys with hitting streaks at the same time. And Jackie will take the first one in there for strike 1. He's hit in 5 in a row. He's doubled in each of his last 4 games.
Biagini should stick with that curveball. That fastball got smoked.
Red Sox trying to add on for Drew Pomerance. And Chris Sale talked about this yesterday, just how big it is for any pitcher, himself included, even as good as he is, to have a couple of runs to work with right away.
Totally. You can always, you know, it's something that if I make a mistake, I'm still on top of this game.
Well, a base hit by Bradley can double that lead. 2 down on the 0-2. Red Sox making Biagini work here in the first inning. That's been a trend in the series for the Red Sox offense, making them throw pitches. Moreland at third and Hanley Ramirez at first, and the 1-2. All even now on Jackie.
He's got that good curveball, but if he throws a curveball for a strike, he wants you to swing at that ball in the dirt. But we've been watching their starting pitchers just be brutal. I've talked about Estrada walked the house. It's unbelievable. Then, and you know, Luriano threw a lot of balls too.
2-2. Another full count. Backs him out of the box. Yeah, Estrada was that was strange to watch because he typically has very good command. And he walked 7 men in a little more than 4 innings.
Man.
That just doesn't happen with him. Here's the payoff pitch now to Jackie. Hanley Ramirez on the move. That one gets by the mound. Charging in Tulowitzki. Has to flip onto first base. And a little bit of a lunge, but got him to retire the side. The Red Sox grab a quick run against Biagini. Drew Pomerance up 1-0 as he heads to the hill in Toronto. It's brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. It'll be Bautista leading things off. Russell Martin in the 2 spot, then Donaldson, Smoke, and Morales. Tulowitzki, the shortstop, at 6th. Pierce in left field with Pilar in center. And Barney is the second baseman and a 9-hitter against Drew Pomerance. 7-4, 381 earned run average. And trying to sweep the Blue Jays in a series of any length for the first time in many years. Sox have won 5 of his last 7 starts. Pomerance has an ERA of 2.66 in his last 8 outings.
He has been good. He really has. Kind of quietly has done this. He's looked good since that Oakland game where he couldn't get out of the 5th. Last time out, he had a curveball. He threw his curveball for a strike a lot last time out. But you're talking about an all right-handed lineup he's facing. All right-handed hitters. He's going to have to come in, pick his spots.
Bautista 14 homers, just a 231 average as he bends away from that.
That's what I'm talking about. You got to do that.
He's had kind of an odd year. Encarnacion did not re-sign with Toronto. They did make him an offer. High fly ball into left field, but that's not going to carry. And Benintendi will set him down. 1 away.
Yeah, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox have made 51 errors in 81 games around the infield. Devin Marrero at 3rd, Zue Lin at short, Pedroia at 2nd, Mitch Moreland at 1st. Out in the outfield, Andrew Benintendi in left, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Christian Vasquez catching Drew Pomerance.
Lin was originally going to play 3rd, but moved to short when Bogarts was the late scratch and Marrero was put in the game. If you missed it, Bogarts has a bit of a groin injury. And the Red Sox say Xander is day to day. Tap to Dustin Pedroia. Off the bat of Russell Martin. 2 fast outs. These cold hard facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Pomerance has been impressive. His last 3 starts, a 1.83 ERA. And opponents hitting just 226 off the left-hander in that span of games.
He should have won a couple of those games. He could very well be 9-4 right now. I mean, he's pitching like the number 2 starter he has for the last 6 or 7 times out there.
And quite well on the road.
It's impressive.
Josh Donaldson to get in. Struck out 4 times yesterday. 254, 8 homers on the season.
He was confused yesterday. He didn't know what he was going to do. A lot of guys get confused with Sale.
Yeah, there were a couple of priceless moments when Sale struck him out and he kind of glared back out at Chris Sale.
You just guess wrong with Sale, and if you're halfway through a swing, he can make you look bad.
And the look on his face was like, that just shouldn't be legal, what you just did.
When you see a guy like that pitch, he's in his own league.
And the 1-2 from Pomerance made him skip a bit back to yesterday. The look, I don't mean to laugh. Donaldson's a terrific hitter. He's been a most valuable player, but
he just gave up on it, and it's like, well, how am I supposed to hit this guy? And Chris Sale doesn't look back at anybody. He just does his business and takes it to the house.
2-2. Red Sox ahead 1-0 in the first. And just off the corner, said Randazzo. Smoke on deck. He's been their best hitter by far this year. And a payoff pitch. Hit very softly. Pomerance off the hill and will throw on to get him. He's off to an excellent start today, setting down Toronto 1-2-3. BigTimeBats.com is proud to release a Marucci game model David Ortiz art bat featuring the work of Jolene Jesse. It's a limited edition historic bat available for $169.95 plus shipping. Go to BigTimeBats.com or call 866-280-BATS and order today. Red Sox on to the second with a 1-0 lead. Vasquez to lead things off against Biagini. Had control problems in the first, and he walked 2 consecutive batters, then gave up the Hanley Ramirez RBI single up the middle. He threw 30 pitches in the first inning. Vasquez hitting .278 with the 1 home run. Right at Donaldson. Former catcher gets him. 1 away, and Lynn is next. Sox and the Rangers on Monday night right here on NESN. That will not be the end of the road trip, those 4 games. After that, the Red Sox still have 3 more to go against Tampa Bay. Should say 3 at Texas and 4 at Tampa.
Right.
Tampa Bay right now at 43-40. And
Tampa
4
Bay,
games off the pace.
Tampa Bay, to me, is the surprise at this point. I don't know how they can do it in the second half, but you talk about power, man. They're leaving. They're like second in the major leagues in home runs.
Yeah, they really do swing for the fences and strike out a ton. Lynn 231 without a home run. He'll be followed by Marrero, who was seeing the ball pretty well lately. Talking about Devin Marrero. Is that one's flicked foul?
Yes, he has. You got to give him credit. You know, it's been tough on him. He's had some good at bats against left-handed pitching, but just recently he shot some balls to right field off a right-hander.
He's 4 for 8 in the series. And a 1-2 from the slow working Biagini is fouled back.
When you think about, I know I've been saying this the last 3 days, there's a lot of people here, man. This place is packed. And it's just, I mean, there's nothing to cheer about right now, but man, they've been quiet.
Well, you can tell they're a little down on the club. That one ripped toward the alley. That's a gap shot. Nobody out there onto the turf. Takes a big hop into the fence. Lynn around second. He wants third base. And the throw is going to be late and a triple. Zue Lin with a 3-base hit.
Zue Lin didn't. I'll tell you what, he was going for 3. He didn't. I thought he never slowed down. He didn't pick up the coach or nothing. He got himself a hanging breaking ball right here, and he smokes it right in the gap. Look how high that breaking ball is. It's a beautiful thing, and he knows right away leaving that box. I'm going 3. Ball took a hop, stayed there by the fence, so it made it a little easier on him. But he's shown some power here. He got a triple back in Boston. There's his second triple.
So at 1 down, Marrero can pick him up with the infield in now for Toronto. Red Sox ahead 1-0. And 1 man out. Fouls that away for a strike. And Marrero is not going to play today because of the Bogarts injuries. In there at third base, as Lynn was the original third baseman, moving over to shortstop. Devin, another good day yesterday as he went 2 for 4. He's hit safely in 5 in a row. And he'll look at a ball.
Biagini, I tell you, with that curveball, he's got a nice curveball, but if he throws a curveball for strikes, it's very hittable. He wants you to swing at that one in the dirt.
The one to Lynn was a hanger.
Oh, my goodness.
Mookie Betts on deck, and the 1-1. Tried to sneak it in over the inside corner and missed. It's against the right-handers. And Devin is really trying to pick it up because he's knocked around lefties. 364 against lefties.
Right, it's all about right-handed pitchers with him. He swings at that breaking ball away a lot.
125 against right-handers to this point. And that drops in there. With that curveball again. Two and two to Devin. And the burly righty fires and left it downstairs. Marrero has been something of a good luck charm. Red Sox are 21-12 when he starts. Overall, the Red Sox now 11 games over 500 for the first time this year. A full count on Marrero. Biagini did walk 2 men in the first inning. And a wave and a miss. Down he goes. Strike 3.
Good curveball. 3-2, probably looking fastball, and he gets a real good curveball because that was a strike too. So he had to swing, but he got his best.
So 2 gone. Mookie Betts, a strikeout victim in the first inning, caught looking. We'll dig in again. With Lynn the runner at third, 1-0 Boston. And Mookie will take a look at ball 1.
Mookie's got his white shoes on. Usually he has those black ones on the road. I haven't been paying attention all that much, but I did right there.
Cross for a called strike.
Kind of a sloppy curveball.
Go back to May 7th. Mookie has 30 extra base hits. That is tied for the American League lead. A lot of those, of course, doubles. 1-2.
First time up, taking that strike 3 was kind of strange. Ball fooled him. He thought it was outside. It came back over. And he gets fooled there on a changeup.
In that first at bat, he walked away shaking his head. And Biagini with a 1-2. We saw a home plate umpire Randazzo ducking down. He didn't want to get drilled by that. That woke him up.
These wasted high fastballs.
We talked about that yesterday, how you never see Chris Sale throw a waste pitch.
No.
You know, not like that.
He's not trying to set up much, really. He's got just 3 nasty pitches.
2-2, hard hit, but foul behind Lynn.
Hanging changeup. This guy works at the speed of stink, doesn't he?
He is really slow. Kind of sucks the life out of it. He would have trouble with the 20-second clock. Hard hit into left field for a base hit to drive in Lynn. Mookie Betts with his 44th RBI, and the Red Sox take a 2-0 lead.
You got to love 2-out hits. You got to pick up that guy at third. You could strike out by Marrero. He gets behind 2 strikes, throws him a fastball down and away, I believe. He goes down and hooks it. And he's feeling good about it, too. He does raises his hand, points in the dugout a little bit. That's clutch. You don't want to waste that triple.
We got so little to swing at yesterday. Today, an RBI single sharply hit brings up Andrew Benintendi, who's 0 for 1 with a fly to right. And Biagini forced into that starting rotation, as you mentioned, with the Sanchez injury. Aaron Sanchez was close to returning, the right-hander. And Biagini will go back into that bullpen where he is better suited.
I think so.
Runner goes. A swing and a miss. Here's the throw down to second, and not in time.
Oh, the Red Sox know he is slow to the plate. They took advantage of it with Pedroia. Pedroia got a good jump, but you knew they're thinking about running again.
Number 15 for Mookie.
pretty good jump right there, too. Bigger lead, too. Headlong dive. He's in easy.
So 3 stolen bases for Mookie Betts over the last 2 days. Red Sox with 2 steals early against Martin and Biagini. And the 0-1 to Benintendi.
Man, this looks like if you just saw the Red Sox for the first time and watched them play with the double steals and all. I was talking to the radio guy over here. You know, his view of the Red Sox is different. They see it as athletic. You know, it's not the home runs. So what?
Well, it's certainly not different from my view. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very athletic team. Not every single guy is going to steal bases,
no.
but Red Sox far more athletic with this group than many past Red Sox teams. As Benintendi goes down hacking, he strikes out. Red Sox get another run on the board and take a 2-0 lead in Toronto. The Red Sox own the American League's lowest ERA coming into play today, 3.83. Red Sox last led the American League in earned run average at the All-Star break in 04. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted.
Just doesn't happen that often, huh? 2004.
That ended awfully well.
Yes.
Red Sox with 2 runs in support of Pomerance, facing their toughest hitter now in Justin Smoke. He's sitting right at 322 homers and 52 runs batted in a career first half.
Boy, if he keeps it going, obviously he should be in the All-Star game. He's one of the guys that should be the guy, maybe the only guy they have.
Morales on deck, and then Tulowitzki. Red Sox starters have posted an American League low 3.12 ERA in the last 11 games. Quality start in 8 out of those games, and that's in their first strike. So pitching really driving it.
And I think the starting rotation will get better. They already are, but I think the consistency of the starting rotation in the second half of the season will set the tone. It will make the Red Sox. That's why I think they should win this division. Oh.
Bullet up the middle for a base hit, so Smoke really cooking. He's on to begin the second inning. Let's go down to Garrett.
Well, pitching coach Carl Willis was telling me that Drew Pomerance has really been in a groove these past 6 or 7 starts. And guys, he said you cannot overlook what he was able to accomplish in his last start. Rain delay to start the game. He goes 2 innings, then another really long rain delay. But Pomerance was able to stay loose and give them 5 innings. Guys, Willis said that was huge. It was a big game for Pomerance for being able to do that for the team. And after tweaking his mechanics, Pomerance said he's finally been able to put everything together.
Yeah, last start out, despite the rain delays, didn't walk anybody over 5 innings, just 4 hits against Minnesota.
Yeah, how soon I forget. That was a huge game. It really was. Being a former starter, that's hard to do what he did. You know, go back out there after an hour and a half, whatever. And he gave him 5 innings and threw well coming back. I mean.
And delayed at the outset by 50 minutes.
Right. So 2 of them.
A lot of people were like, well, you don't expect him to come back after, what was it, an hour and 16 minutes.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought anything of it. You know, but the fact that he did is, to me, shows a lot about this guy.
Runner at first base, 2-0 on Morales. Hitting .259, good power, 15 homers.
He's kind of out of sync right now, though. He should have got that second pitch. I thought that was a strike.
And Morales with 177 career home runs, 3rd among all active switch hitters. The 6th most by any Cuban-born player of all time, but he gets nothing to swing at there. He'll take ball 4. That'll put runners at first and second for Tulowitzki.
This doesn't start off very well this second inning, but Tulo coming up, not having a very good year, but always a threat.
Tulowitzki did blast a home run in game 1 to tie it at 4-4. That's the game the Red Sox won in 11. It took almost 5 hours.
Yeah, he got Embry on a high fastball. It might have been a high fastball, and he got to it. He's always ready to hit gas.
As you say, it's been a down year for him. Injury trouble, and he's only hitting .232. .216 since he came off the DL a month ago. So it's Smoke at second, Morales at first, and nobody out. And strike 1.
Boy, that sets the tone for the whole at bat. Breaking ball first strike. There's a lot of ways to go from here.
The 0-1 to the shortstop. To center field. Jackie Bradley will track that down. Back to tag up is Smoke. He will go from second into third. Ball well struck, but for an out.
Tomorrow at 7, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC and Jim Rice break down the rest of the Red Sox road trip in Texas and Tampa Bay.
And that'll be the end of the first half. Right into the All-Star break, that last swing.
Oh, Tulo's waiting for a fastball, and it was up out of the zone. Might have been a ball again. Hit it on the screws, but didn't get any lift to it. And Jackie makes a play on a good base running by Smoke to get the third.
Steve Pearce, a .277 hitter with 6 home runs, 17 runs batted in. They've had a lot of trouble trying to fill left field. He flies that one into right field. Betts there.
It's a long throw.
Smoke will tag. Here comes the throw, and it's going to trickle in, and a run will score. So Pearce drives in his 18th run and puts the Blue Jays on the board. That makes it 2-1.
You know, limit the damage. One's all right. All he's trying to do is get a ball in the air, and he does, and it's more than enough out there to Mookie. Mookie throws a 3-hopper in there. Doesn't matter.
So 2 down. Pilar will step in next. With a runner at first base. He's at .252, 9 home runs, has a little bit of power. He's hitting .346 off lefties. Clouded up here in Toronto. We started under brilliant sunshine, but they are telling us maybe some showers in the area a little bit later, so don't be surprised if they close up this roof fairly soon. And there it goes.
There it comes. Just in case.
It's like I've got the button underneath the table, Eck.
I know it's true, but you called it.
To get that thing going, but they're about to close it. Line foul out of play by Pilar.
You know, the screwy thing about Pomerance facing this lineup, they're all right-handed lineup, right? All 9 of them. And it's funny because left-handers hit 344 off Pomerance. Who did we say that about the other day that they were hitting 500 off? Was the pitcher with San Diego, remember?
Yes.
With Minnesota, the left-handers were hitting.
They were 20 for 40 against
Right,
them.
remember that?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Change your whole lineup, stick a couple lefties in there, even though, you know, it doesn't make sense.
It's a bizarre stat, though.
Yeah, totally.
So to count 1-2 on Pilar, run in. Red Sox trying to sweep the Blue Jays here. Pilar, a great defensive center fielder. The night before the Sox got here, he made a spectacular play, slamming into the center field fence. He makes a lot of those.
Yeah, there's some center fielders that play so deep and they snatch balls at the wall, you know, and you're saying, man, how did he get that ball? Because he's playing with his back against the wall. But this guy plays not necessarily shallow, but, you know, in.
Morales no threat to go at first base, and a 1-2. He spoiled that one. Fouled it off himself. Back to that catch we were talking about. One of the best of the year.
That ball in the gap at the wall. He just, you're going to hurt yourself doing this. He doesn't care. He just goes for it. Splats into the wall. I mean, really. Oh, you love that as a pitcher. Thank you. I made a mistake and he snatched it. But they used to have a guy, Vernon Wells, that played center field here. I think he won the Golden Glove one year, but he used to play the track, you know? Listen, I don't play the track. I want him to get the ball, line drives, center field, base hits, you know, maybe steal one of those. Because if I give up something at the wall, I made a mistake.
Two down on the 1-2. And in there for strike 3. Caught him looking. Back to the four-seam fastball to punch out Pilar. Run in to make it 2-1 Red Sox. States of fine Italian fabrics available at Men's Warehouse. You can text NESN to 66960 and receive a coupon for $20 off your next purchase of $100 or more at Men's Warehouse. Underway here in the third inning. Dustin Pedroia walked and scored after stealing a base in the first. Sox added another run in the second after the triple by Lynn and the Mookie Betts RBI single. Toronto has gotten one back.
It's a nice start to an at bat. Two sloppy curveballs. It's like just sometimes it makes sense. If he throws anything spinning, just leave it alone. But then again, he threw that hanger to Lynn and he hit a ball in the gap.
And the 2-0 fastball pumped in there for a strike. Moreland on deck, and then Hanley Ramirez all getting their second look at the right-hander Biagini. Who always works from that set. 2-2.
That fastball just comes back just a little bit. It's that corner.
Best wishes to Nyla, Middletown, Connecticut. Great Red Sox fan. Get well soon, Nyla. And that'll be in there for strike three. Caught him looking. Pedroia not thrilled with that.
He doesn't think so. He thinks that ball's outside. It just comes back just a little bit. I don't know. I think I agree with Petey. 2-2 pitch, fastball away. Does it come back enough? Kind of pulls it a little bit. It's a perfect pitch, maybe.
Fourth strikeout for the righty. That'll bring up Moreland, who took ball 4 in the first inning. Had a long at bat. Got the inning to Hanley Ramirez, who had ripped the single to drive in a run. That one hit into the shift, but he beat the shift and off into right field. And Mitch Moreland trying to get hot again. He snaps an 0 for 11.
Stay tuned for Red Sox Final, presented by Plainridge Park Casino. TC and Jim Rice will preview the matchup between tomorrow's starters Rick Porcello and Martin Perez.
Takes about 20 minutes to close this roof. Some rain on the way. Hanley is 1 for 1 with an RBI single.
Oh, going for the downs.
Usually a good thing when he connects. The Red Sox are 20-4 in their last 24 games when he hits a home run.
Well, he's feeling good. That ball's out of the zone, but if he would have got a strike, that ball was going to get crushed. He's feeling good.
Sits safely in 7 straight. Sox ahead 2-1. One down. Moreland with a tiny lead at first. Check swing, didn't mean to. Barney has it. Into second, got him there, safely on to first base. Hanley Ramirez with 2 down.
Well, it's a big stolen base there by Petey. You know, it's kind of a surprise, but he gets in there easy, headlong dive, and then the bullet by Hanley Ramirez right back up the middle, scored the first run in the first inning. In the second inning, look at that hanging breaking ball to Lynn. He hits a ball in the gap. He wanted 3 the whole way and got it easy. And the base hit, 2 out clutch, 2 out hit by Mookie, ripping the ball in left field.
Mookie Betts with his 44th RBI. Here's Jackie Bradley. Hard hit again to the ship. Barney off his glove. It rolls to Bautista. Ramirez rounding. He's into third on a base hit by Jackie Bradley. So Jackie now the 6-game hitting streak.
He almost got robbed by Barney in a headlong dive, but that ball was ripped into the hole between first and second. You see Barney playing on the outfield grass, I was going to say on the turf, headlong dive. You know, hit his glove, would have been a nice play, but that's a knock.
10 out of 24 on the 6-game streak. So it gets the inning to Vasquez, who's 0 for 1 with a ground ball to third. He's in an 0 for 11, trying to snap out of that and get the Red Sox another run. Ramirez at third base, Bradley at first. And he loves that curveball. Bradley diving back in. Red Sox running again today with 2 stolen bases. You go back over the last 13 games where the Red Sox have stolen at least 2 bases. They are 13-0 in those games. That goes back to last season. There's a lot of talk about it, Eck. I mean, a lot of talk in the Boston media. John Farrell gets asked about it all the time, about the aggressiveness and the ultra aggressiveness of the Red Sox.
I don't think it's necessarily getting thrown out trying to steal bases. It's just attempting to, get another base. Try to get a double instead of staying at first, whatever. I love the fact you go first or third, just push it. Let's go.
The 0-2. And popped him up. Here comes Martin back toward the dugout, but no room there. It's over the top of the Sox dugout.
I mean, they've had their share of getting thrown out trying to get another bag. Benintendi in particular.
And that is different. That is important to note that, but it's also part of an ultra aggressive philosophy.
Yes.
Stolen bases are part of that too.
Yes, but you have to have the guys to do it. And I think we have some stolen base guys. 3 of them at least, right? With Bogey and Benintendi and Betts, right? Those 3 can steal a bag.
And Pedroia stealing a base today.
You don't expect that.
2 out, 2 on, and the 0-2. There goes Bradley. And hard hit foul behind Ramirez.
That almost got Ramirez. Luckily you got to be in foul territory or it's an out. You get drilled. Not that you're going to be on the line. I mean, you get me in third base, I'm sitting in the coach's box. And you see him right off in foul territory, right close to the line, though. No dancing over there.
So 0-2 on Vasquez. Bradley was taking off with that last pitch. Zhu Lin, who tripled last time up on a hanging breaking ball that said hit me. He's on deck. Bradley not running this time, and that's off the outside. The Red Sox got a run in the first inning, another in the second inning, and when they score the first run, the Red Sox are now 32-10. Just in the third inning here today, and Bradley back in on his feet.
Obviously, this guy is slow to the plate, but you don't want to get thrown out the end of the inning either. But there's 2 strikes on the hitter.
You can tell the Red Sox really want to run on this combination, Biagini and Martin. Ran on Martin a lot yesterday, not running here, and he struck him out swinging. So a threat for the Red Sox, but they're going to strand 2 runners. Still 2-1 Red Sox. your cookouts. Pick up select KM and Coca-Cola products today. Get a free package of hot dog buns too. It's summer. Let's grill. KM. Last half of the third inning. Pomerance back at it. He'll get 9, 1, and 2 for Toronto. Darwin Barney at .231 with a pair of home runs. Former Chicago Cub. Indicates a bunt, takes a strike.
Boy, he's had his second life here in Toronto. Had a great rookie year. Great defensive player in Chicago. Just never hit.
It was Gold Glover.
Yeah.
With the Cubs when they were scuffling and building.
Right.
Never got a chance to be with them to win the whole thing. Bruce, you pitched for the Cubs.
You know, he came up with Castro, right? Wasn't that combination, right?
Yep. Starlin Castro as the umpire took a foul tip.
Yeah, I was telling you on the way over here. Remember in the cab in Chicago, I was there 3 years, and then we played all day games, and then I leave and they finally get lights. I mean, come on. I hated day games.
Day games are tough.
They are tough now too.
You go on the road, let's say, you know, a 10-game trip, and most of the games are night games, right? You come back to Wrigley.
I love night games.
1-2 hammered into left field. Benintendi driven back with room, and he dropped it.
Oh my goodness.
Barney heading into second base, and he's going to slide in safe.
Whoa.
Benintendi had it in the glove, it appeared, and just dropped it.
Well, I tell you what, I looked away. I didn't even see it. You just figured that's a can of corn. It's going to be, the play is going to be made easily. He just, maybe the glove got in front of his face. You know, it just, strange things happen. He puts his glove up and just turned away and thinks it's going to be in the webbing, and it's just not there.
E7.
Wow. It could happen to anybody.
So Bautista as a runner at second base. He's 0 for 1 with a fly to left. He is hitless in the series, 0 for 9.
That's a good curveball. I got to have that. That's a strike.
Called a ball by Randazzo.
That's a perfect curveball.
I still think, Yak, I don't know if you agree with this, that umpires miss the curveball more than any other pitch.
It's a hard pitch to call. It is.
Because you have to stick with it.
Yes. And sometimes the ball that it looks low crosses the plate, a strike.
The 1-0.
Not that, but you know what I'm saying. It is hard to throw for a strike.
I think umpires are getting better at hanging in there because the curveball has become all the rage in the majors the last few years. More guys are throwing it. And more young pitchers throwing it in the minors getting promoted are requiring the umpires to hang in there longer. Because they're throwing it more frequently.
See, to me, a curveball for a strike is a meatball. You know what I'm saying? Just to get it over. It's that biter that you want. That's a ball. You know, and then for him to throw a great one like that first pitch and not call it a strike, that's as good as it gets.
He's throwing 3 in a row. Bautista. Martin on deck. Barney at second after the error. So the count goes to 3-1 on Bautista.
Bautista was 3-1 the first time up. He gets so big, he popped it up to left field. I mean, this guy airs it out.
738 career RBIs with Toronto. He's third on their all-time list. And a 3-1 from the left-hander. And he walked him. Second free pass from Pomerance today. That'll put runners at first and second for Russell Martin.
Fans, don't miss NESN Live weeknights at 5:30 on NESN. Catch the latest on all favorite New England sports teams. NESN Live is presented by Cross Insurance.
And they're just about ready to slam it shut. darkness at Rogers Center. As you mentioned, a big crowd. Big crowds throughout this series. For the Canada Day celebration yesterday, they had about 47,000 here. Pomerance trying to get out of this. Martin 0 for 1. He is grounded to second. He is 1 for 2 against Pomerance in his career. That one is a homer.
He got a changeup that he just swung and missed. That ball was right down the middle, but I guess he's expecting more.
Seems like Pomerance is throwing a few more changeups lately. I know you like to see him mix in that cutter.
Yeah, he definitely, like I said before, you got an all right-handed hitting lineup. You've got to show him something in. Something hard in there.
Martin's had a tough season. Came in hitting .216. Nobody out. The 1-1. That's a strike. You get the feeling, maybe not every start, but certainly many lately, that Pomerance can throw that curve for a strike whenever he wants.
If he wants to. Yeah, I get it.
As you said, it's not always the case where he wants to throw it for a strike.
The last game, he threw a ton of them for strikes.
You may want to throw it underneath the hollow of that knee to get a ground ball or swing and a miss on occasion.
You could waste something here, but there you go. Once again, always wasting that high fastball. The eye level. North south, hook in the dirt, cheese upstairs. Where we go again.
Barney at second, Bautista at first, and he'll step off the rubber. Rick Porcello to go in Texas tomorrow night. First of 3 games against the Rangers.
Double up on that fastball or hook in the dirt.
Line to right field. Betts there. Makes the catch, and the runners have to hold as he guns in.
Boy, Mookie knew he could show off his arm right there. He knew, don't even attempt to try to go to third on this ball. Barney at second base. Shallow right field. And he just airs it out. Get the cutoff man, a little short hop to Lynn.
So it'll be Donaldson next. He was thrown out by Pomerance on a little trickler his first time up. Red Sox have held him in check in the series. And they struck him out 4 times yesterday. That'll hold you in check. Very, very aggressive hitter. 1 down. Try to hold up.
He went.
He did. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Donaldson, to this day, a great collector of baseball cards. He has quite a collection. Pomerance today working with Christian Vasquez behind the plate. Once again yesterday, just a pleasure to watch Sale work with Sandy Leon. In sync from pitch number 1. They always are. Here comes the 0-1. And time was granted late.
Not as bad as the other night. What was the other night? The guy had all the way through, almost threw it. Can't remember, but this wasn't quite the same. But timeout as soon as he kicked his leg. That was called when Pfister was pitching. Yeah, remember Pfister almost, I mean, that's ridiculous. the last fraction. He held it all the way through, but he was almost ready to throw it.
You really worry about guys getting hurt when that happens. Ground ball to third, then touches the bag out there. Marrero got the out on to first base for the double play. So Pomerance, despite an error in the inning and a walk, gets through it. 2-1 Boston. Presented by People's United Bank. Red Sox going to Texas and then Tampa Bay, and then the All-Star break. All-Star game, of course, is in Miami this year. Will go from the Red Sox. That's bunted by Lynn. Drops down a beauty. And Donaldson fires. He's not going to get him. Zue Lin 2 for 2, a triple, and now a bunt single.
Boy, he is doing his thing in a triple in the gap, and then a blueprint bunt. This is perfect. And then the pitcher gets in the way, is what happens. I think he would have been safe anyway, but the pitcher gets in the way of Donaldson, and he can't really charge it. But that is a knock.
Terrific bunt.
Had a hard time trying to bunt for a sacrifice, but he bunts for a base hit.
Now Devin Marrero struck out his first time up. Trying to get that batting average over the 200 mark. And a 5-game hitting streak for Devin. He's bunting. Pushes it toward first base. How about this?
Bunt.
Gonna let it roll, and it's a base hit. Back-to-back bunt singles by the Red Sox.
This is a clinic. This is like, you can't bunt this any better than this. You can't.
In both cases.
Yes. I've never seen a guy make a bunt like a right-hander. Usually he pulls it down the line, right? This one he pushed perfectly. Don't get off of the grass or whatever that stuff is, right? That's perfect. I mean, that is, the first baseman has to get it, and there's nobody at first. How could there be? Second baseman was there late, but man, this is a rally here.
6-game hitting streak for Devin Marrero, and hitting .421 during that. So the bottom of the Red Sox order getting it done, and here comes Mookie Betts, who singled in a run and stole another base. His last time up, he's 1 for 2. Sox now has 7 hits. Mookie driving in his 44th run with that RBI single.
Well, I'll tell you what, you haven't seen that in a while. I mean, that doesn't happen every day. 2 guys with 2 blueprints. I mean, it's like, that's incredible. 8-9. The number 8 and 9 hitters are saying hello, and then here's Mookie.
Highly unusual.
Yes. You got to make them pay.
And that's out of the Red Sox, who do not bunt very much.
We do everything. We double steal. We're a new team.
Breaking ball is high.
You know, we walk. We do everything this series. Haven't gone bridge yet, have we?
No, not in the series.
Yeah, look at this.
This is how entertaining it is. I mean, the guys down there in the dugout are loving it.
How can you not appreciate that?
Sandy Leon's a guy who could drop down a bunt.
Yeah. Oh.
And that one tagged left center field. Way back, sailing, gone. 3-run blast from Mookie Betts.
All you got to do is say, haven't hit a home run yet. 2 bunts and a blast.
That was a laser beam. And the Red Sox lead it by a score of 5-1.
Boy, he put a charge into this ball. I'll tell you what, this is his 12th home run on the road. And it couldn't be bigger. Enough of that solo stuff. This is a 3-run Johnson. That's what pay. And make 2 guys that just bunt to get on, and everybody scores.
Mookie Betts has driven in 4 runs today.
Boy, that'll quiet that 47,000.
5-1 Boston. Here's Benintendi, who has flied out and struck out.
This ball was scored. Well, you think he skied it, but he got it. You can tell by with the way he leaves the box. He got it. I knew when they got it off me. They got it a lot, but you could tell.
Mookie Betts, who finished second in the MVP voting to Trout last year. And in this series, you're seeing so many of his skills on display. I mean, yesterday, the 3 walks, 3 runs, 2 stolen bases. No Red Sox player had ever done that. And today, 4 RBIs, 3-run homer, another stolen base.
So the second half stats, he started off real good. He might have been just a little tick off in the first half, but he's starting the second half.
You saw it, Mookie's got that great smile. Chili Davis got a huge smile on his face, too. He's delighted with that particular swing. As you said, 2 bunts and a blast.
2 bunts and a blast. He's smiling a lot over it. He's loving it.
For every Red Sox home run this season, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Now through the end of July, use your Speedy card when you purchase any size fountain or frozen drink for 69 cents and get an entry code to win a VIP experience. Benintendi hacks and he comes up empty, strikes out for the second time. And 1 man gone.
Tomorrow at 7:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC and Jim Rice will preview tomorrow's starter, Rick Porcello. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Dustin Pedroia scored the first run of the day for the Sox with a walk and a stolen base. He came in, that one hammered to the right side. And Barney flips on for the second out. Two gone for Moreland. Red Sox as of late have been very comfortable at Rogers Center, where they have won 7 of their last 9 games.
I mean, you couldn't pick a better time to hit a home run.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, after 2 little bunts. Biagini's he can't wait to get back to the bullpen, huh? 2 and 7 coming in.
Yeah.
Been scuffling in the last 6 or 7 outings badly.
ERA up around 6 in June. And the Red Sox have knocked them around a bit today. 5 runs, 8 hits. And the first home run of the series for the Red Sox, just hit by Mookie Betts.
I mean, this is a home run ballpark. Now, I don't know whether it carries more with it open or close, but it's, to me, it's not necessarily a bandbox like Baltimore, but it's right up there.
Mitch today with a walk and a single. Zhu Lin has a triple and a base hit. Hanley Ramirez with another hit. An RBI single.
I'll tell you what, Lin's making the most of this time being called up. Nobody even knew who he was. And that's what it's all about. That's life. You get a chance, you know, you get your choice. I mean, you get a chance to make a mark, and he's making his mark.
This happens with good ball clubs.
Yeah.
Routinely, you know, you get an opportunity, an injury or an illness or something. Somebody comes up. They may not be with you the whole season, but they give you quality at bats over a period of time, or they make great defensive plays, help you win a pennant.
It's true. You got to have somebody out of nowhere. All the good clubs have somebody they didn't expect to do something, whether it's little or whatever, big. A rookie has a great year or something.
Happens all the time. Somebody comes up and throws a shutout, like a Brian Johnson.
Yes.
To the first baseman, Smoke. The flip and close, but got him at first base. That'll retire the side. But Mookie Betts slams a 3-run homer after 2 bunt singles, and the Red Sox lead it 5-1. Park at Fenway at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. It's the first aid station behind Section 12 in the lower concourse. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Visit bidmc.org. The Red Sox have jumped in front 5-1. As we go to the last half of the 4th inning in Toronto, Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Garen Austin alongside. Justin Smoke leading things off here. The running, bunting Red Sox with a 4-run lead.
It's impressive. It really is. Now you've got some breathing room out there for Pomerance.
They go from 2-1 up 5-1. Do you literally just take a deep breath and go, oh, fine now?
You do, but then you want to just focus back in and say, don't lose this just because I got, you know, some breathing room.
But how does it change the way you pitch?
I'll go after guys. You know, I'm not afraid to, whatever. I'm not walking anybody.
He's walked 2 men so far today, gave up a single to Smoke, who scored their only run. And he rips another one. Nice play by Marrero, lunging to his left to pluck that one for the first out.
Smoke is all over this breaking ball. I got a fastball first time I've hit a lean yet. And he hits this ball on a line, breaking ball this time, up. Linia, Marrero snags it. Step and a dive.
Been doing it all in this series.
Yeah.
Now they'll send up Morales, who walked his first trip. A nice job there by Vasquez to pull that back from the outside.
They
framed it.
Yeah, they call the big one, the high one, more than they call the low one.
Last 7 starts for Pomerance, a .270 earned run average. His last 5 road starts, 2-0, a 1.88 ERA. Only given up 1 hit.
Ooh, see, that's the perfect curveball that you don't get called, right? Because you think if it lands there, it crosses higher. Something like that. Don't you think that's a perfect curveball?
I think it went over the plate.
That's what I'm saying. I know he didn't. He caught it low.
3-2. It's oftentimes on the high curveball that the umpires really scuffle and just don't wait long enough. Home run cut by Morales, who's hit 15. Former Angel and Kansas City Royal.
This situation here, you throw a curveball for ball 4, it looks awful. It's like you're not challenging him, and he's not. Fastball away. See ya.
Late cut, 93 miles an hour to strike him out. So 2 gone.
That's impressive. It is. He's flirting with ball 4, and he punches him out on a fastball. Once again, he taps inside, and the ball's going outside.
Tulowitzki hammered a line drive, was caught by Jackie Bradley his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Right on the corner at 93.
I mean, it's tough on an offense, right? What if this is the other way around, man? The guy drops a 3-run bomb on you. Now it's 5-1. This club is scuffling. The Blue Jays. They need to be behind like a hole in the head.
That is the way their season has been going. They're in the basement, 37-43, 8.5 behind the Red Sox. They lose today. They've lost 8 of their last 10, and you're going to hear a lot of talk about selling off players.
You aren't kidding. We talked about it before. What do you do with Donaldson? You know, somebody would love to have Donaldson.
It's got, I think, a year left on the
yes,
contract.
They got to make a decision because he's going to need some big iron, you would assume.
A fiery player. Maybe a change of scenery is exactly what he needs right now.
Probably.
He could really be a difference maker for somebody.
He really could.
You would prefer not to face Chris Sale too many more times. A lot of guys say that. Here comes the 1-2. All even on Tulowitzki. Red Sox leading 5-1. Now the strength of 8 hits and a Mookie Betts blast to left center.
Well, he's had 9 lives, hasn't he, John Gibbons?
He's a good man. Up the middle, base hit. Tulowitzki 1 for 2 today. He's hit the ball hard twice.
You know, it's funny that the Toronto, like looking at Gibbons right here, Toronto's had this happen a couple times. They brought Cito Gaston back, right? That doesn't happen very often. And they did the same thing with him.
Yes.
They rehired him, and I give him credit, man, because he took them to the playoffs the last 2 years. You know, ALCS, right? Lost to Kansas City, and then last year lost to Cleveland.
Got a winning record.
Yes.
As a manager. Here's Pierce now. He drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the second. The only run they have so far. Another huge crowd here at Rogers Center. They'll probably count up 47,000. Feels more like about 18,000. And a lot of it has to do, obviously, with the fact the Red Sox are getting early leads.
Look how steep it is up there. I could see. I mean, boy, you don't want to be tripping up there.
They're #1 in the American League in home attendance for the season. But it's been a quiet gathering throughout the weekend. And he popped him up. Marrero near the stands. Looks like he has room, and he makes the play. That'll retire the side. No runs ahead, 1 left. 5-1 Boston. Sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Sox have built a 5-1 lead. As we go to the 5th inning, it'll be Hanley Ramirez to lead it off against Biagini. Hanley today an RBI single. He's gone 1 for 2. And extending his hitting streak to 7 consecutive games. Had 3 hits last night. Night before he had 2 doubles. Fly ball into left field. And Pierce will make that catch for the out. 1 gone. Stay tuned after the 3rd out of this half inning for the mid-5th studio show with TC and Jim. That is assuming we have found Jim Rice.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Jim is somewhere in the studio at the time of that hit. Otherwise, TC will do it all by himself as he did yesterday. And we had to put that APB out for the Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you catch him off guard, man.
So there's drama inherent in this half-inning hit back in the studio. Stay tuned. Rip foul down the line by Jackie Bradley. Really locked in with the bat.
He really is. Using the whole field.
They'll need a new one. Jackie today 1 for 2.
That's not his lucky bat.
Some guys can just go weeks and weeks with the same bat.
Not breaking it?
And never break it. Mauer was legendary for that. Joe Mauer, the Twins.
It's when you have a surrounded swing, that swing that's not inside out or something.
I think Nomar was another guy who could go a long time without busting a bat.
You can hurt yourself swinging at that big looping curveball by Biagini.
0-2 on Bradley. They play the third baseman Donaldson in the shortstop position against Jackie. Tulowitzki moved over to the right side in the shift. Vasquez on deck and popped him up on the infield, charging in Smoke. He wants to take command of this. 2 down. Biagini's pitching line brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 5 earned already against the reliever turned starter.
A lot of pitches in that first inning, and then that 3-run bombs would put him over the top.
With the bunts by Lynn and Marrero back to back. I don't know if we'd be able to find it. We probably could. It would take some time to find out the last time 2 Red Sox bunted for a hit consecutively. That one ripped foul. Good swing by Vasquez, who's 0 for 2.
There's no way. I mean, this doesn't happen, especially in this day and age, right?
It had to be a long time.
Oh, it had to be.
I'll bet it's happened, but
it didn't happen in Fenway Park, I wouldn't think.
No. And the 0-1 pitch from the righty. Dribble foul. Vasquez looking for his first hit in the series. Christian 0 for 7 here. Biagini has not had a 1-2-3 inning until now. The curveball strikes him out looking. And the Sox go very quickly. 5-1 Boston. Now it's time to turn it over to TC and Jim for the Mid-Fifth Studio Show.
Yeah.
Time now for the Geico Red Sox moment honoring the 07 Red Sox World Championship season, game number 82. The Red Sox beat Tampa Bay 4-1. Daisuke limited the Rays to 4 hits in 8 innings. He won his 10th. Jason Varitek and Julio Lugo both knocked in 2 runs apiece.
Gyro ball.
Never saw it.
Never saw it.
He never threw
Maybe he
it.
had a screwball that they thought was his. Right? I think that's what it was.
Probably, but we never saw the gyro.
No, I was all psyched for it too. He had 10 pitches. You needed 2 hands to give signs, right?
Pretty sure I saw 4. That was it.
That's it.
Not quite 10.
No.
But had a very good year.
Yeah, he did.
Helped the Red Sox to a world championship. Red Sox here in 2017 with a 2-game lead in the division. This is beginning the second half today, game number 82. Pomerance to take on Pilar here off the end of the bat foul. He struck out looking in the second inning, 0 for 1. So at the midway point of this contest, big blow, a Mookie Betts 3-run homer.
Lars, a guy that gets up to bat, and I'm thinking he's a hard guy to walk. He looks like he likes to swing at everything. And then last time up, he took a fastball right there.
Leadoff hitter here in the 5th for the Blue Jays, and he tags that one foul. And Pilar has only accepted 20 walks. Been up to bat 315 times.
I mean, he's really aggressive. 9 home runs on the season. Not a whole lot of RBIs. That's the thing. A lot of solos probably.
Lifts that one into left center field. Benintendi will make the play right in front of Jackie Bradley. One gone, down to Guerin.
OBX, some very encouraging news on Brock Holt. He DH for Pawtucket afterward, and he'll be in left field today. It's been a very tough time for Holt and very frustrating as he's continued to battle this vertigo and concussion-like symptoms. However, John Farrell said that he has made steady progress, and it's good to see him getting these at-bats. And guys, he'll be on his rehab assignment at least until the first couple of days of the All-Star break.
Thanks, Garen. He went 1 for 3 as the DH.
I mean, it's got to be a good sign. He's playing, right? I mean, but you just don't know day to day what a lift that would be. That's what, you think about it. Guerrero's doing a nice job the last week, and what Lynn has done this, a couple of games.
Yeah, those guys lately, you're right. I think for a long time the Red Sox really missed Holt.
Yes, I do too.
They missed what he could do, not just at third base, but obviously that would have solved a lot of problems.
Yeah, you could plug him in so many places.
He's such a valuable guy. Good to see him getting well. Is certainly the hope. Xander Bogaerts right now having tweaked a groin, unable to go today.
You don't want that guy to get hurt. You're in trouble if he gets hurt.
1-2 to Barney.
The thing about Bogaerts, that having just seen him, this kid is a leader. That's where I see it coming from on this club. This is the leader of this club. I really think so. He had an interview the other night after the game. It just, to me, he said so many things that so ahead of this.
Deep short, sprawling play by Lynn. Long throw, but not going to get it.
Wow, that would have been a fabulous play.
Barney on with a base hit.
I was thinking base hit, forget about it. He goes into the dive and pops up so quick. And I'll tell you what, this is a great play. He hurries up, gets up, and just lets it fly offline. I don't think he could have got him anyway, but just a really impressive play, the whole thing.
I think it looks even more spectacular with the Sox.
Yeah, maybe that's it. That's a great effort is what it is.
Barney on with a single. Sends up Bautista's flied out and taking ball 4. Red Sox had 5-1. And trying to sweep the series. And back to Bogaerts.
Yes.
You were listening to his interview with Guerin after the game. And
was that a couple of nights ago?
A couple of nights ago. And you were talking about it later, that the composure, the answers, the information he was giving, he circled back and started talking about Doug Fister's performance.
Yeah, he was like an analyst having to recap the game. I was so impressed. I mean, he's paying attention. That's the game he came in the 11th inning and get a base hit.
That's right.
So he's hanging around.
He didn't even play until then.
Right. Yeah. And he was like boom, 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 boom. And he's just got a great temperament about him too.
Barney on, Bautista. With a 1-0 pitch, he'll take for a strike. High in the strike zone. He wasn't thrilled with that call. He'll take a long walk.
Bautista doesn't get thrilled a lot. He has trouble with umpires, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yes. He doesn't, because he's got a pretty good eye. I mean, he walks a lot. Not like he used to, though, but.
There's trouble with some umpires and occasionally with the Texas Rangers.
He has a trigger, too. I mean, you got punch in the chops, man. That's for the whole world to see, huh? Odor, was it? Yeah.
Yes. Rougned Odor.
Little 6-incher. Look at him. He's
1-2. Not thrilled with anything right now.
Yeah, I don't know what he's upset about.
You wonder just how much interest the Red Sox had in him or Encarnacion. Were available.
Yeah.
Toronto obviously brought him back. They made an offer to Encarnacion in November, but only had it on the table for a few days, and then they signed Morales.
And then that put Cleveland Indians in the driver's seat to get Encarnacion. He didn't have too many places to go, if you think about it.
I believe the report was Toronto offered him $80 million in 4 years. He said no there.
How about that? You say no because you think that, you know, there's going to be a market out there. And then once he said no, I'll let you know later, they can't wait around. This guy took forever to sign him.
2-2. Got a piece.
He ended up with the 1-year deal.
That's right. He's had a fine career here.
And I'll tell you what, he's wore out the Red Sox. I mean, you talk about Fenway Park, he's hit a ton of home runs.
Yeah, more than any other active player. That's why, you know, you thought maybe the Red Sox would have interest. Sox in first place by 2 games over the Yankees. That's scalded but foul. Choose nothing but the best for your cookouts. Pick up select KM and Coca-Cola products today and get a free package of hot dog buns as well. It's summer. Let's grill. KM.
Fastball, curveball. Take your choice.
Barney on at first. Hit softly. That's a swinging bunt, and it's going to be a base hit. So Bautista on for the second time. Did not make very good contact, but he'll take it.
Boy, you got to chomp on that one if you're Pomerance. It's just whatever. Throw it in your pocket. Big hack. Little chopper. No chance. It's annoying.
So back-to-back infield hits. That's a bit of revenge for Toronto after the Red Sox back-to-back bunts. In the 4th inning, bunt singles by Lynn and Marrero, and then Mookie Betts cleaned him off with a 3-run smash.
Well, Barney hit the ball hard in the hole, but that's like that swinging bunt, really.
So 2 on for Martin, who has grounded to second and lined out to right. He does have a career home run against Drew Pomerance. Up the middle, Lynn got the out there onto first. Turned the double play. Pedroia with a very quick turn. And once again, Pomerance gets out of a jam. $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives and move us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cbshealth.com/be-the-first. Red Sox in the lead here, 5-1. Pomerance has gotten a couple of double plays turned on the occasions where he's really needed them. And Zue Lin is having himself a day with a triple and a run, a bunt single and a run, and some really fine defense.
Boy, if he would have made that play, threw him out, I mean, that's like highlight film, big time. You talk about getting an opportunity and showing something.
Playing shortstop today. In the original lineup, he was at third base.
You got that triple, that hanging breaking ball in his eyes. Hit it in the gap, right center field. The ball stuck out there for a while, but he was going to get 3 regardless. And then the bunt, the blueprint right down the third base line.
And Marrero pushed his bunt up the first base line. No bunt for Mookie Betts, though, as he swung for the fences and connected. There's a liner into center field. Pilar catches that one chest high.
Let's get at these 2 bunts in a blast. It's a beautiful thing. That one is perfect. There's no way Donaldson's going to throw him out. And this one, you don't see this much right-handed hitter push bunting down the line. No one could do anything. And this, what are you going to do about this? Ooh, beautiful. It's a capper, 3-run bomb.
14 for Mookie Betts. Marrero 1 for 2 with that bunt of his own. And when you think about it, the more you think about it, it's such a smart play because Biagini's sitting there going, there's no way they're going to bunt again.
Right.
The Red Sox are not a bunting team.
I mean, it catches you off guard, but yeah, I'll tell you what, that would have been a tough play if you knew it was coming.
Sure. Who is a bunting team these days? I mean, no one's described that way. Not in modern day baseball with home runs flying at a record pace.
But they drag it. You know, they drag it. They don't push it.
Right. And you're talking about 2 different things, too. In this case, they're bunting for a hit.
Yeah, that's all they're thinking about.
Not a sacrifice. In both occasions.
And then we can't get anybody to sacrifice.
That's
a lost art. It is. I'm telling you, especially in the American League. It doesn't happen that much. I mean, naturally, they do it just to stay in shape all the time because they're pitchers.
Yeah, the pitchers do. That one fouled at the plate. Aaron Loup in the bullpen for Toronto. Biagini, the reliever, now in their rotation, at least for now. With Sanchez close to returning, that's going to come to an end.
To me, that was really a big part of their staff. I mean, I always talked about how they scored runs, a power lineup, but Happ won 20 games for these guys last year.
Line drive into right field, a base hit. Marrero really cooking with the stick here, and he's 2 for 3 today.
Well, he's getting his chance to play, that's for sure. And we've seen this off right-handed pitchers. He's just carving balls the other way. You got a 2-run RBI the other night to add on to that lead, that 7-4 lead late in that game.
He's 6 for 11 in the series, Zach, and he's hit safely in 6 straight. Here comes number 104 for Biagini, and that is a career high. He's had trouble with Mookie Betts, who has 4 RBIs this afternoon.
Came in this game 2 for 5 off him, added 2 more.
And the 0-1. There's another rocket, a bullet down into the corner, and that ball gets out of here. Another home run for Mookie Betts, his 2nd of the day. And if you blinked, you missed it.
He hit a seed out of here. How he keeps this ball fair is, you tell me how. He's smiling. He's been smiling all day, hasn't he?
15th home run of the season, second of the afternoon. Mookie has driven in 6 of the Red Sox 7 runs.
Well, that is a great start to the second half. We talked about it before the last time up.
Man, was that out of here in a hurry.
Home run number 15 is a bullet. Just got enough height. That ball's not gone at Fenway Park, but we're in Toronto, and that's gone.
Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Red Sox have bolstered the lead to 7-1. Mookie Betts is having himself an afternoon. He's having himself like 3 afternoons.
I'll tell you what, he took strike 3 the first time up, and since then, forget about it.
He has driven in 6 runs, a single, 2 homers. He's also stolen a base and scored twice. And he knocks Biagini to the bench. So Aaron Loup comes on, the left-hander, to face Benintendi. 7 runs, 10 hits for the Red Sox. And the 0-1 a cut and a miss. Biagini knocked out on this swing.
And once again, the pitch to Betts, fastball up, middle, in, and he just turns on this thing. It's a line drive. Like I said, that ball probably doesn't get out of Fenway Park, but it's out of here.
It was tough to read. I think Mookie was saying get up on his way to first base. And it did. Just enough.
Boy, his hands are so quick. He just snaps balls out of here. Maybe Fenway Park hurts him with the line drives. Huh? I don't know.
He winds up with a lot of doubles. You make a great point about the home runs on the road.
Yeah, how many is that now? 13 on the road. 13 out of 15. And we talked about his numbers are a little down for the first half. Well, guess what? The second half is kicking.
2-2 fouled back by Benintendi. Pedroia on deck. This series has really been a Mookie Betts clinic in so many ways. With the speed and the power and also the arm strength.
Yeah, he's the whole package. There's no doubt about it. And you hear other people talk about Betts.
And Benintendi's had a tough day's 3rd strikeout.
But you know, you talk about Betts, and the broadcasters are going, boy, we don't have young stars like that Betts. You know, you think about, I don't know if we almost gave him up for Hamels, right? But his name was thrown out in so many trades.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
I don't think I did either. I can't remember exactly how I felt about it.
I don't remember being asked about it.
But I didn't know how great he was.
Yeah.
You know, we've heard about a lot of guys come up. First started with Jackie Bradley. I remember Peter Gammons talking about Bradley Jr. when he was in the minor leagues, A-ball, whatever. and he ended up being a star. And then I said, well, Mookie Betts, and you saw how big he was, right? Thinking, I don't know. He was a second baseman. We didn't know how good he was going to be in the outfield. Meanwhile, Gold Glove. I mean, he's the best. I mean, just an all-round player. I dropped a Willie Mays on him right away because Mays wasn't a big guy. You know, 5'10 and a half, something like that.
That's a lot to drop.
I know it is. Huh? I mean, I know it is, but
Pedroia pops this one up into foul ground out of play.
But you know, Mays did it all, man. He stole bases, and I mean, he's not going to hit 660 home runs.
Started out pretty darn early,
though.
That's
but you know, I mean, they got to pay him pretty soon. That's going to be the dilemma.
He's giving the Red Sox a 7-1 lead. Earlier today, stealing his 15th base. So you could certainly see a 30-30 season in the making here. Today is the start of the second half. Game number 82. And Pedroia will walk again. He's been doing that a lot as of late. The second time here today. Time for our tools of the trade presented by DeWalt FlexVolt.
Yeah, 2-out base hit in the hole. Threw a diving too low. That was a big hit. And this one is huge. This is a backbreaker after 2 bunts. And then this. Get up. And it's out of here. We could sit and talk about him all day.
I think Chris Sale is sitting right next to him.
Been smiling, man. He's smiling. He's feeling good.
He ought to be.
Yeah.
Red Sox having a lot of fun right now.
Man, I'd be having fun too if I was dealing like Sale. That's sickness in Sale.
Tapped by Moreland. Out at first base, side retired, but the Red Sox behind Mookie Betts have seen the lead balloon to 7-1 here in Toronto. And the rest of America run on Dunkin'. Dunkin's iced coffee, consistently smooth and delicious. Dunkin' Donuts coffee is #1 in New England. The Boston Red Sox run on Dunkin'. So on to the last half of the 6th inning. The Red Sox with a commanding 7-1 lead, which feels a lot like yesterday. Pomerance getting support, and he's pitched very well once again. He's allowed only 4 hits. Mookie Betts has 3 by himself, and 2 have gone over the fence for 6 RBIs. And the Sox are rolling again here in Toronto. Donaldson's gone 0 for 2. There's only been a couple of occasions today where Pomerance has been in what you'd call trouble. One of them in the 3rd inning after an error and a walk. He got a double play out of Donaldson. Then after a couple of base hits in the 5th inning, he got another double play, that one by Russell Martin. So when he's needed that ground ball, he has gotten it.
He'll get some full counts. He run 3-1 counts, but he comes back. Especially when you get a lead like that. You walk somebody, you know, in a game like this, 5-1, 7-1.
3-1 pitch. Fills it up on Donaldson.
You know, they get behind like that. They're not going to swing 3-1. They're hoping that you give them a gift.
Payoff pitch. That one hammered right to Lynn. And Donaldson is done. He's 0 for 3. Those double plays have been key today.
Yes, they are. Double plays are beautiful things anyway. But a breaking ball there. This was huge because he just tags the bag. You got Donaldson up there, could do some damage, and he grounds into a double play. And then Martin does the same. He can't run that well. Easy double play. Couldn't come at a better time to end the inning.
Drew Pomerantz pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. He can go to 8 and 4 today. His earned run average was down to 381 coming into this.
You know, I go back to the game in Oakland. Remember, he threw 1,000 pitches, 97, whatever it was, and he was just trying to get through the 5th inning, and he took him out of the game. And then he had that little talk with Farrell, like, you know, wanting to go back out there, you know, which is understandable, but it just, you don't blame Farrell for hooking him.
No, but Pomerantz was unhappy.
He was unhappy, and then since that time, you think about it, he's pitched well. You know, there's doubt about him because he was hurt coming out of spring training. There's a lot of not knowing what you're going to get, and look where we sit right now.
Well, since that time, Aki has gone 4-1. He's had a sub-3 ERA since that start you're talking about in Oakland.
You got to be thrilled with him. You talk about giving up that big prospect, Espinoza, right? That kid, I think he's still on the DL. That kid, I'm not quite positive, but you think, how could you give him up for him? Well, he's done what he's done here this year.
Smoke tags that one, headed for the gap. Benintendi can't get it over his head. Short hops the fence. Smoke is having some year. The way Toronto's playing, not many have noticed, but he's hit the ball in the butt 3 times
This
today.
guy is a star. I mean, he is a star. We've seen it. Started the series off with a 3-run bomb, batting left-handed. Did you see this? I don't know what it was. Something soft. He hits in the gap, 1-hop double, easy. But like you said, he hit the ball hard 3 times. Breaking ball. He didn't miss it. He's lucky he didn't take that ball deep. But this guy is a star. You never know when somebody's going to turn it on.
He's broken through this season. His previous career high in home runs was 20 with Seattle. He already has 22. 2 for 3 today brings up Morales, who has walked and struck out. A double, the 5th hit for the Blue Jays. And strike 1 on Kendrys Morales.
You know, last year they had Saunders. Remember the outfielder played, I think left fielder that played for them, made the All-Star team out of nowhere, kind of, right? And they didn't sign him back. Free agent, signed with Philadelphia. Just soon, designated the other day, but same kind of thing. Came out of nowhere. I got to have that too. That's a good curveball. Not a big deal, 7-1, but don't you want that? I'm begging.
Well, I think 2-1.
Yeah. I could deal with it, 7-1.
Smoke at second with 1 gone. 7-1 Boston. Pomerance with a long look in to Vasquez.
You know what happens with Pomerance, because you see all those pitch counts against the Yankees. He had 120 something pitches in 5 innings. A lot of foul balls, right? And it's arduous too. Watching him, watching it is tough anyway. But
yeah, he threw 123 pitches in 5 innings. Got that win.
Yeah, he got the win.
Red Sox won the game 5-4. 1-2.
He threw that 3-2 hook to Holiday, his last pitch, right? Everything was on the line right there. Because if he comes out of that game with ball 4, it's embarrassing, because he had a lead. He had a decent lead in that game, didn't he? It was 4-1. I forget what it was, but anyway, the 3-2 curveball to Holiday.
It was actually 5-2 when he came out of the game.
Yes.
Smoke with the lead at second, 1 away, and a 2-2 to Morales. Could not get him to offer it that cutter. So 3-2. Tulowitzki would be next, and Vasquez with a mound visit. We're talking about Saunders getting released by Philadelphia Phillies. The Red Sox, just a matter of days ago, released Alan Craig. And I still find that story to be one of the most fascinating and intriguing. A guy who went from a premier run producer for a big market team that plays for the World Series every year in St. Louis to being released from a minor league situation where he could not break it back into the big leagues. A couple of years in a row.
See ya.
In there for strike 3. And you wonder if his career is over. Talking about Craig, but
yeah,
guy was a really good hitter.
So that foot injury just really cost him. Right, never was the same.
And he wasn't blaming it at the time. That it ended for him and the Red Sox organization. But you wonder, did that foot injury change some things for him mentally?
Yeah,
where he couldn't be the same hitter.
Everybody thinks just because he made money, he's got enough money. But his career just went from where he was to what he is now.
Here to there.
I mean, I don't know if he'll play again, but I mean, it's just such a drop off.
Here's Tulowitzki. He has line to center and single.
We got Joe Kelly. He's left from that deal. From Lackey.
Yep. Pomerance had exactly 100 pitches. And the 0-1. Knocked down by Vasquez. No advance at second by Smoke. Red Sox about to go to Texas. 3-game series coming up against the Rangers. Rick Porcello on the bump tomorrow night. David Price on Tuesday. Doug Fister on Wednesday. Kelly beginning to move around, do some stretching out there along with Heath Hembry. And a 1-1 to Tulowitzki. Foul tip to the mitt. And he lost the handle on the bat.
I'll tell you, Pomerance gets his share of strikeouts too. He really does. I mean, over a strikeout an inning this year, and in his career he's almost right at a strikeout an inning, which is not an easy thing to do. But he's got such leverage, man. The guy is so big, and that curveball probably starts so high. Then he throws that fastball about belt high, letter high, and you can't lay off. You can't catch up with it.
Again, that knuckle curve. A lot more guys are throwing that here in 2017 than I've ever seen before.
I mean, it depends on your arm angle. You can't just say, I think I'll throw curveballs now. You throw sidearm, you can't get on top of it like that.
You and I were talking last night about Sandy Koufax, who had one of the great curveballs of all time. Up the middle. Pomerance took a stab at it, but Pedroia's got it and throws him out. So despite the double, no harm done. 7-1 Red Sox. Reality Home Run Challenger now available for your next event. For more information, email Red Sox Showcase at redsox.com or call 617-226-6900. Folks just love that virtual reality. And it's quite a fashion statement when you put it on. Well, Pomerance getting handshakes and pats on the back. Carl Willis there, Rick Porcello over to congratulate him on 6 strong innings.
It was. I mean, I tell you what, you got to be thrilled with Pomerance. What he's going to be with this win, he'll be 8-4.
Should he get it? Red Sox on top 7-1. In great shape here. 7th inning, and Hanley Ramirez will lead it off. Hanley's gone 1 for 3 with an RBI single.
This is that rookie, right? Rule 5 draft.
Sparkman made his major league debut just a couple of days ago in this series. Tossed 2/3 of an inning. Rule 5 from Kansas City. Got a 4-seam fastball, slider, curve, and changeup. And a 1-1 to Hanley. Check the swing.
The thing about that Rule 5, you got to stick with the guy all year. That's why it's hard to pluck somebody and then how do you take up a roster spot? The guy's not ready. He's not ready. There's a reason why they don't have him on that roster. You can steal him from some teams. You can get lucky, though.
2-1 fly toward right center field. Here comes Pilar on a hard run. Dives. He can't get it. It drops in for a base hit. Hanley's second of the day. This one begins the 7th inning.
This ball just dies out there. I thought he stung it. It was going to be catchable, but great effort by Pilar. Full out, leaves his feet, just sort of nicks his glove. But I'll tell you what, Ramirez, he's living right now. He's hot.
Hanley 2 for 3 today. Pilar among the very best, but couldn't get to it. So the Sox with a base runner and now 11 hits today, and that sends up Jackie Bradley as one of them. A single in the 3rd. Red Sox continue to get very strong pitching. They began this day #1 in the American League in earned run average. Lowest ERA in the American League at 3.83. The man who put them over the hump yesterday was Chris Sale, jumping up to the top spot. He's been a huge part of that.
You know, I tell you what, it leads you to the rotation, right? Especially the way that Pomerance has pitched so well going into the second half. Sale, the best in the business. Price is going to get back to himself, hopefully, and Porcello too. Porcello is going to get back. He can't be. I can't see him pitching like he did the first half. He's got to get better.
Well, you got to believe.
Right?
I mean, you know, he was so good last year, and he's had other seasons where he's been able to locate extremely well. And that's been the problem, is his location. I
think his BABIP, you know, that stat that says whether you're lucky or not, you know, he's given up a lot of hits, but you know, he's been a little unlucky the first half of the season.
High chop on the infield. Throw to first base will not be in time. It'll be an infield single for Jackie Bradley, moving Ramirez down to second.
Tonight, after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll save you time with the latest news on an NHL and NBA free agency. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do.
I think you're right. I think internally there's a lot of optimism for a Rick Porcello second half to get back to much closer to what he was a year ago.
Yeah, and you haven't had Price the first half for the most part, right? He's only started, what, 5 or 6 games, whatever. So the rotation will get better. And you got Erod waiting in the wings, right? So
it's been awfully good as of late in particular.
Yeah, and they've already been pitching well. So that if that continues, I mean, I tell you what, you can get a gap here going. Like I said, you can go through the rotation 2 or 3 times. Everybody's rolling, and next thing you know, you can run out 10 out of 15, right, and get some distance. Because that's the strength of this club. Going into this season, it was the rotation. You add somebody Sale to this.
The Red Sox picked by many to win the division specifically because of the strength of the rotation.
Right. And then all of a sudden we have this bullpen that we didn't expect. And the guy at the end, I mean, please. You knew he was going to be good, but this is over the top.
And good does not come close to describing the way Kimbrel has pitched. Unbelievable. Right now you could absolutely see both Chris Sale and Craig Kimbrel pitching for the American League in the All-Star game.
He'll finish it up. And I think Sale should start it. That'll be back-to-back.
Looping liner into right field, dunking down for a base hit. Hanley will move on to third and stop there. Vasquez with a single. 3 singles in the inning to load the bases here. The AIG Fenway Hurling Classic and Irish Festival returns to Fenway Park with a doubleheader featuring 4 of the most prominent teams in the world. In addition to hurling, festivities include a lively Irish festival. Tickets on sale right now at redsox.com/hurling. The Red Sox can break this game wide open here. A 7-1 lead as it is.
Everything's going right for the Red Sox today. I tell you what, it goes back to starting this series on Friday night. Friday night, if they lose that game, leaving 17 guys on base, having gotten 14 walks, that was the biggest part of this series. Because you knew what you're going to get from Sale, right? You expect to win that game. But that would have been a hard one to swallow on Friday night. Meanwhile, here we are, 7-1, bases loaded, nobody out. They haven't even hit the ball hard, really, this inning.
Zhu Lin with a triple and a bunt single. He's also lined to center. Nobody out. Friday night, a real unsung hero for the Red Sox was that bullpen.
Yes, but we come to expect it.
All loaded up for Lynn. Check swing and a strike.
It was strange to me. We have the least amount of innings out there, right? Out of the, I mean, that's strange to me. I thought they worked a lot.
Worked a lot that night.
Yeah, but I meant through the season.
Came on in the 6th inning. Game ended in 11. 0-2. Left it high. The Sox have them all loaded up with Hanley Ramirez at third base, Jackie Bradley at second, Christian Vasquez at first. "13 hits for the Sox today. Here's the 1-2. The Red Sox relievers have allowed only 3 runs in the last 6 games. The bullpen is number 2 in the majors in ERA, 2.86. Only the Indians have been better in terms of ERA at 2.63. They got him to chase there, 95 miles an hour outside the strike zone.
That ball jumped in there for strike 3, tailing away. Look at the movement on this. That ball is hot. No chance.
Speaking of hot, Devin Marrero 2 for 3 today. He and Lynn went back to back for bunt singles in the 4th inning. He's added another base hit and he scored twice. He's had an exceptional series. Marrero 6 for 11 here in Toronto. He has a 6-game hitting streak. And a right-hander's 0-1. The Red Sox now to 2-game lead over the Yankees. The Yankees are trailing early in their game at Houston 3-0.
They couldn't hold that lead yesterday.
They're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This one in the 7th. Red Sox trying to bust it open. And a slicer foul. And Mookie Betts is on deck. If you're just joining us, Mookie has homered twice today. He also has an RBI single. He has 6 RBIs here this afternoon. A stolen base and 2 runs. Yesterday became the first player in Sox history with 3 walks, 3 runs, and 2 stolen bases in a single game. Today he's doing it with power. High fly right field.
Look at this
back
thing.
Bautista backing up, can't get it. And that'll skip up and over the fence. And Marrero keeps on hitting the baseball hard. The Red Sox are busting it wide open.
This ball absolutely fooled me, fooled Bautista out there. I thought this was a routine fly ball to right field, and it just keeps going.
2 runs scored, 9-1.
Look at this ball. He just looks like, it didn't look like much, right? Just a high fly ball to right, but it just keeps going and going, and Bautista can't get there. 1 hops the wall, 2 runs in.
Would have been worse than that had the ballpark held it.
Right, everybody would have scored.
Jumping over that wall after the skip. And the Red Sox with a 9-1 lead, and Betts can really put the lights out on Toronto, as he has runners at 2nd and 3rd. Marrero with a 3-hit game.
This pitcher, I'll tell you, a couple of weak hits in this inning, and then that one, I guess, you know, I thought it was routine.
Well, instead a 2-run double. And Mookie looks at a strike. He's 3 for 4 with 6 RBIs. His career high is 8 RBIs in a game.
He hasn't pulled the trigger yet. He's going to eyeball him here. I can't imagine him throwing a fastball to hit.
Mookie drove in 8 against Arizona in a game last year. And he lines that one into center field for a base hit. Vasquez scores. Here comes Marrero. The throw is cut, and he has equaled that. 8 RBIs for Mookie Betts. What can't he do?
Oh, that's incredible. It really is. It doesn't surprise me, though. I mean, it really doesn't. He takes 3 pitches from this rookie, and then he gets a breaking ball, probably looking for it.
Red Sox lead at 11-1.
Look at the breaking ball he gets. It's not a bad breaking ball, but he stays back. He's seen enough of them, and he just hits a bullet to center field. What new? 2 RBIs, 8 on the day. What a way to start the second half.
Yeah.
He's leading the league in home runs and RBIs in the second half.
Well, a giant day for the Red Sox right fielder. And the Red Sox now have a 10-run lead here in Toronto. Benintendi trying to get in on it. He has gone 0 for 4 today with 3 strikeouts. Sox with a run in the first, another in the second. 3 runs in the 4th inning, 2 more in the 6th, and now 4 here in the 7th. Still only 1 man out.
This poor kid's giving up 4 runs. A couple of cheap hits involved in this rally, but still, what a way to start your big league career.
Also a couple of hot smashes. That one is into left field coming on Pierce. That's going to drop down and it's going to get on by him. Here comes Betts rounding third. Well, Pierce really butchered that one, and the Red Sox lead it 12-1. It was going to be a hit anyway for Benintendi, but Pierce turned it into more than that.
Yeah, he sliced this ball down the line, and when it hits that turf, it kind of takes a different hop where it'll go towards the foul line. Watch it hit and go. And he just didn't judge it right. The ball bounced pretty high, too. That cost him a run. It's going to be a double, no air.
42 RBIs for Andrew Benintendi. Red Sox are running away and hiding from Toronto. 16 Boston hits, and now Pedroia. Dustin oddly doesn't have one today, but he has been on base twice with a pair of walks. Benintendi at second base, and a slicer foul back out of play. Red Sox have not swept the Blue Jays in a series of any length since 2011. Beliveau, the left-hander, now loosening in the bullpen for the Blue Jays. Well, those two have been a dynamic duo today. Marrero with a pair of RBIs. Mookie Betts with 8 to tie his career high.
I'll tell you what, that's the nature of this business. You play so many games, right? Anything happens. You see it all. And this young kid to come up to the big leagues and start off like this, you know, it would happen eventually, but you don't want it to happen right away. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you throw. They're just going to get hits. Weak hits, bullets, whatever.
And the 1-2. Shot foul by Pedroia.
Stay tuned for Red Sox Final presented by Plainridge Park Casino. TC and Jim Rice will preview the matchup between tomorrow's starters Rick Porcello and Martin Perez. Plainridge Park Casino, 45 minutes from Boston.
It's been a good scoring series for the Red Sox, hasn't it? Got 7 runs the first game, 7 yesterday, and a dozen today so far. 0-2, popped up down the right field line. There goes Bautista on the run, and that's going to fall in. And that's going to skip up into the stands for a double. And another run is in. The Red Sox are going foul line to foul line with everything in this inning.
I mean, this is really something, isn't it? This ball falling in. I thought it, I thought he was going to stay up long enough for Bautista to catch this ball, but not only doesn't stay up long enough, it hits the turf and bounces into the stands. RBI double.
So the Red Sox have batted around. Gibbons will try and find someone to stop the bleeding here, as the Red Sox have bolstered the lead to 13-1 and are blowing out the Toronto Blue Jays here today. We'll be back in Toronto with more in just a moment. Special combat veterans and their families share their stories and perseverance. Learn how Home Base, a Red Sox Foundation and Mass General Hospital program, is helping them overcome their emotional challenges at home. Home Base's 4th of July special premieres Tuesday morning at 9 on NESN. Bellabo to make his 11th appearance of the season, still only one down after the Pedroia double to drive in another run. Red Sox have scored 6 times here in the 7th to lead 13-1. So closing in on a sweep of Toronto, which would put the Red Sox a season high 12 games over 500, and hopeful of leaving Canada with a 3-game lead over the Yankees.
You think we could get a happy flight? Huh?
I think it will be.
Yeah, it better be.
Here, here. I'm all for that.
I'm all for happiness.
Nice, quiet, happy flight. Pedroia at second. And Moreland trying to pick him up. Here comes the 0-1. Tried to check, but a strike anyway. Red Sox are the only American League East team with a non-losing record on the road, and they can have a winning record after today. A victory here would put the Sox at 22-21 on the road. They're 25-14 at Fenway. And more home games in the second half after the All-Star break. More home games than there were prior to that.
That just plays right into it. It just does. This team is made for the Fenway Park for the most part. Most years they are. Anytime you play over 500 on the road, man, you got a real good chance to go a long ways.
Well, the Red Sox playing outstanding baseball right now, and doing it on the road. Just
play hard for another week. Everybody gets a couple days off, regroup, and go get them Yankees coming in for 4. That'll be good. That'll be an exciting series.
It starts on July 14th at Fenway. 4 games with the Yankees. There's a doubleheader in there on a Sunday, making up a rainout.
And these guys come back.
And Toronto's back for 4 games. After that, the Red Sox go on the road, but again, a better schedule in the second half. 42 of the 73 games after the All-Star break will be at Fenway Park. 18 of the first 24.
Man, right away.
Will be at home. And the Red Sox surging into the AL East lead here in recent days. Win today would be 4 straight.
Ow.
Check swing, and that one fouled away. Running in on Moreland.
Yeah, just what you need on a 13-1 game. A ball like this coming at you. I mean,
That kid the handle?
I guess, because he didn't even move towards first base.
I think he got the handle. Well, he was fortunate to not get his hand.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Here's this game out of reach. 1-2 pitch. Where are you setting up your next pitch? Can't you set it up a little better than that? Almost drilled him.
He's the 9th man to hit here in the 7th for the Red Sox. We have 17 hits. And the count moves to 2-2. Pedroia with a double in the inning. Benintendi has one. Marrero has a double. Mookie Betts with a 2-run single in the inning. That's a fair ball behind the bag. Smoke comes up with it. He'll win the foot race. Over to third, Pedroia. Man, they're 2 away. Some sarcastic applause there from the fans here at Rogers Center. Today at 5:30, don't miss the Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. TC's interview with high school teammates and current major league relievers Craig Kimbrell and Buddy Boshiers, and plays of the week and a lot more. That's today 5:30 only on NESN.
This can't be pretty to watch for this big crowd at all. Kind of ruined their Canada Day weekend is what it did.
Yeah, Red Sox certainly in great shape to sweep them. Well, Hanley's been a part of this with 2 hits. He's gone 2 for 4. He's driven in a run. He scored a run. Picked up 4 points on his batting average here this afternoon. Dustin Pedroia at third with 2 away. "13 runs on 17 hits for the Red Sox. 1 run, just 5 hits for Toronto." Another strong performance by Drew Pomerance. That is becoming common. He was awfully good again today. Got a couple of really big double plays.
Oh.
High fly ball. He leaned into that one way back, and it sails out of here. Hanley tags one. His 12th home run, his 3rd hit today. He's had a terrific series.
Everything is going our way. I'll tell you what. That's a statement by Hanley. It really is. It's already 13-1, and he's had his problems with left-handed pitchers. Well, I'll tell you, this ball is crushed. It's just a matter of time before this happens. He's leaning on it. Back leg. He's sitting. Watch that thing.
Red Sox leading 15-1. He's cooking. The Red Sox have a number of guys at the same time who are locked in. 7-game hitting streak for Hanley. 3 hits today.
Boy, they put a hurting on this Toronto team. They have this just quiets everything. I tell you, wouldn't want to be on the other side.
15 runs, 18 hits. Hanley 8 for 16 in the series.
Didn't get a couple of doubles the night before we left, that Thursday night against the Twins, was that? Or was that Friday night he got the doubles?
2 doubles here, his last 2 at bats.
Okay.
And he's been off to the races. He's actually swinging the bat well before that. Such a key man for the Red Sox.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie Bradley today with 2 hits. Mookie Betts with 4 hits and 8 RBIs to tie a career high, including 2 home runs, 3-run shot and a 2-run homer. The Red Sox are rolling in Toronto.
Oh.
That's into left field for a base hit. So Jackie Bradley has a 3-hit game. That's his 2nd hit in this inning. 19 hits and counting.
If he's not hitting ropes, he's hitting the ball the other way, and you take whatever you can get. A breaking ball, end of the bat, dunks it right over Tulo into left field.
Long day for that man, the manager of the Blue Jays, John Gibbons.
They head to New York after this game. Maybe they got hot against New York. Do the Red Sox a favor.
Vasquez batting for the 2nd time here in the 7th. He already has a base hit in this inning and has scored a run. Sox have scored 8 runs.
19 hits. Wow.
Most runs the Red Sox have scored in a game this season is 17 on May 7th at Minnesota. And they had a 10-run 9th inning.
Right, I remember that. Who's that against?
That was against the Twins.
Oh, right, I remember that game.
But this is the most hits the Red Sox have had this season. The 19 hits. And
That
tight for a ball.
That 10-run 9th was the game that Kimbrel didn't get the save. He got out of the inning in the 8th.
Yeah, because it was
right,
close.
But he got robbed. He got robbed of a save.
It's close until the 10. The Red Sox blew that one open. They're doing it here in the 7th. This afternoon, Jackie Bradley on. And for Toronto, it's a 7th inning that will never end.
They're going to play "Let's Go Blue Jays" after this inning.
Maybe they'll hold that.
I would. I always hated that. They did that back at the old exhibition stadium. I was like, what is this?
The fans really love it, but I don't know if they'll love it so much today. We'll see. Ground ball right to Smoke at first base. That will retire the side. Some inning for the Red Sox. They score 8 and lead it 15-1. Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball. Subaru Retailers of New England, supplying all-wheel drive vehicles with a passion for summer travels. KM Premium Franks, it's summer, let's grill. And by Plainridge Park Casino, 45 minutes from Boston. Red Sox sailing along here today with a 15-run ball game to this point on 19 hits. And just got word that Mookie Betts has set a record today for a Red Sox leadoff man with the 8 RBIs by a Sox leadoff hitter. It's the first time that's ever happened.
He's breaking records every day.
And another one yesterday. First Red Sox player with 3 walks, 3 runs, 2 stolen bases in a single game. And it actually ties a major league record for a leadoff hitter.
You think he'll make the All-Star team?
I think he will.
I think they'll vote. Not vote him. They'll
be chosen.
Be chosen. I think so. So that'll be. You think about who's going for us. Obviously, Kimbrel and Sale. Could add Mookie.
Here's Pierce, and Abad coming out of the bullpen with a 14-run cushion. Attendance today 46,696. Great crowds all weekend at Rogers Center, but the Red Sox are closing in on a sweep.
These aren't easy games to pitch either, especially if you're somebody like Abad. He tries to get you to swing at, behind in the count. He may throw you a changeup and this and that. Now you just got to throw strikes. You can't really do it the way you normally do it.
A 3-0 in there for a strike.
You got to do that again.
Drew Pomerance very tough again in his 6-inning stint today. Looks like for sure he's going to go to 8-4. Served to the shortstop. Lynn off balance throw, got him. He's played very solid defense too.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC and Jim Rice will break down Drew Pomerance's start. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason.
A man out for Pilar, who has struck out and flied out 0 for 2. 26th appearance for the left-hander.
At one point you weren't quite sure if Abad was even going to make this staff, right? Out of spring training. He went to play in the WBC, didn't he, for Dominican or something? And a lot of guys fell behind coming out of that WBC.
They did.
Didn't they?
Well, it turned out to be very successful, of course, for Team USA. They won the whole thing.
Right.
For the first time.
Stroman did a nice job for them in the WBC. We had Archer. And
yep. And for a lot of those guys, it was a wonderful experience to be part of that. To be able to wear the red, white, and blue and prevail for the first time.
They don't do that again, right? When they do that again? 3 years, is it?
I want to say it's 3 years. Yeah. 1-2.
But Abad, I'll tell you, looking back, the first thing I think of is Abad. I hate to say this, is the home run by Cano last year. Was what a way to walk into the Red Sox. I mean, I felt bad for him.
It's his Red Sox debut.
Right. It was just, you're trying to put your best foot forward the first game you get there, and then that happens, and it puts you behind the 8 ball.
He's had several very meaningful outings this year. We really felt like he was becoming a guy that John Farrell could trust.
Wasn't it a game against the Cubs? He struck out a couple guys late in that game.
I want to say with the bases loaded.
Yeah, it might have been.
1-2 on Pilar. Red Sox leading 15-1 thanks to an 8-run 7th inning.
They couldn't do anything wrong that inning. Everything was right with some bullets. I mean, but there was some flares here and there. Perfect placement on a couple of balls. The ball that Marrero hit, I couldn't believe that ball went one hopped over the fence down the line.
Yeah, past Bautista over his head. Swing and a miss. Pilar went chasing and he strikes out. 2 gone.
Look at that is such a slow change of 72 miles an hour. That's why the swing looked like that. It never got there. It just stopped. And he swung.
So 2 men gone, and I think the next order of business is making sure that Xander Bogaerts is healthy. He was in the original starting lineup. He was scratched by John Farrell because of tightness in groin. Listed day to day. Today the Red Sox swinging the bats without the all-star shortstop. Speaking of the all-stars now, the starting players and the reserves and the final vote candidates will be announced tonight by Major League Baseball at 7 o'clock.
Oh, good. Then we'll find out.
We certainly hope to be airborne at that time heading for Texas when we learn that news, who it may be from the Sox.
But they pick it so much different now. That it's one thing the vote getters right from the fans, but the players vote, the manager does votes, or coaches, whatever. There's a lot to it. The managers used to pick the pitching staff, I think, years ago. First All-Star game I went to, I replaced Nolan Ryan. How about that? I went to the hotel and I took his key. It said Nolan Ryan. That was thrilling.
Yeah. You replaced Nolan.
Yeah, isn't that? I mean, I always loved Nolan. Who didn't? When you're a kid, he was the original Gas Masterson.
Yeah.
But to go to the thing, it says Nolan Ryan, and I was taking his spot. It's a beautiful thing. You don't forget that stuff.
Oh, I'll bet.
It was 40 years ago.
It was your first one.
Yeah, 40 years ago. Fossil. I said it.
You said that.
I said it.
I didn't call you a fossil.
No, it was thrilling though. It really was.
Three balls, 2 strikes on Barney. Bases empty, 2 down.
Used to be a big deal go to the All-Star game because it was on TV. Seriously, TV wasn't like it was now. Everything's on TV. National TV.
I still think it's a big deal. I'm sure it is for everyone who winds up going to the game.
The first one.
I can see guys who go, 10, 11, 12 times. Okay, maybe it's uncle. A little bit they want the time off. And I can always see a player wanting a couple of days off.
Yeah.
Just to detox and rest the body a little bit.
But you can never get that cool for the game, right?
I agree.
You still always have to just know how fortunate you are, to be playing at this level. Can't take it for granted.
Rattle of Dustin Pedroia will set down Barney, and a good cleaning for a body gets him 1-2-3. Red Sox with a 15-1 advantage. free at Fenway when they sign up for Kid Nation. Free Kids tickets are available for the first 25,000 tickets redeemed. Visit redsox.com/kidnation and sign up today. Several changes. Carrera now in the game in right field for Toronto. New catcher is Luke Maile. And Goins is the new third baseman. And Zue Lin in search of his third hit today. He has a triple, a bunt single, and he's gone 2 for 4. 8th inning in Toronto. Red Sox look like they're going to sweep this series and head to Texas with a full head of steam.
You know, Texas is always a tough place to play historically for the Red Sox. I don't know what it is.
Up the middle and a base hit in a 3-hit game for Zue Lin. He's really played a complete game today. He is on again. Time for a game break brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. Tom, thank you. First 3-hit game for Lynn in his major league career. Devin Marrero already has one today. 2 singles and a 2-run double. And the Sox have pounded out 20 hits. That is a season high. And starter Biagini lasted 5 1/3. Hard hit ball down for Tulowitzki. He'll turn the double play. 2 down in the 8th.
Well, Marrero hit it hard. Not that it matters, a double play ball, but he stung this ball right at Tulo, and that's an easy double play ball.
6-4-3, 2 gone for Mr. Betts.
Here he is.
8 RBIs today. Most ever in a game for a Red Sox leadoff man. Also ties a major league record by a leadoff hitter. 2 home runs, 2 singles. He has scored 3 times and stolen a base. Today, game number 82, so beginning the second half in style.
Yeah, and Fuego. This game reminds me of earlier this season, the guy with Washington, Rendon. Remember, he got 10 RBIs. I don't know if he was 5 for 5 or 6 for 6, but what a day.
And a 1-1 to Mookie Betts. Another one to center field. Pilar backs up with room this time to make the play on the warning track. So a noisy out. Stay right here after the 3rd out of this inning for a special behind the scenes look at what happens in between innings right here. rocking and rolling, a 15-1 lead as we take it to the last half of the 8th inning. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Garen Austin with you. Red Sox exploding for 8 in the 7th inning. Drew Pomerance looks like he's going to pick up win number 8 and go to 8-4. He went 6 strong. Red Sox with 20 hits, a season high. Carrera, the batter, hitting for the first time since he came on. A chopper and Moreland right near the bag will set him down. Let's go to Garen.
Obiek, a lot of people have noticed the new photos in the bullpen, so I wanted to get to the bottom of it, so I did some investigative work. Well, it turns out the guys wanted to change things up, so they decided to keep the high school photos at Fenway Park, keeping it classy, and that they would have a different theme for each road trip, and the graphics guys back at Fenway Park would select the theme. Well, the theme for this road trip, mullets.
Perfect.
Yep, they did. They did that. Man, those are gruesome, aren't they?
I'm going to talk about gruesome mullet. Are you kidding me?
Fair point, Eck.
Yes.
No, I mean,
my boss ain't going down that much now.
No.
They're changing it up, huh? Well,
I like it. You know,
yeah.
There's a lot of time out there for those guys, you know, before they can do their thing. So, got to get creative.
You just want to find your identity. That's sort of how it is, because you want to be a team, and you know they get into it. You know, pull for one another. The whole thing. It's a long season, man. You got to stick together. And there they are.
There they are.
There they are.
Mullet City.
Yes.
The 2-1. Fly ball by Mealy right there to Mookie Betts. 2 down. Bond has set down 5 in a row. Time for the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Talk about that bullpen and Joe Kelly, a streak of 20 and a third scoreless innings. That leads all American League pitchers.
Yeah, Kelly had it going on at the end of last year, too, really. He's been good for quite a while now. Just keep him healthy.
Been 22 appearances, by the way, where he is not allowed to run. Goins batting for Donaldson. Wholesale changes made by Toronto going into this inning, with the Red Sox blowing up a 15-1 lead. It has been an outstanding day on many levels for the Red Sox. No star has shown brighter today than Mookie Betts, with 8 RBIs and a pair of home runs.
But 8-9 in the order came through again. We've seen that a lot, really, recently. Bottom of the order.
8-9 with 6 hits combined.
Hanley's big.
Hanley with 3 hits today and a mammoth homer. And that is strike 3 as Abad gets his man and zips through the inning. 15-1 Boston. Xfinity, Pomerance, 6 excellent innings, 5 hits, just 1 run. Mookie Betts has had himself a couple of days worth. 8 RBIs, Hanley 3 for 5. Red Sox cruising 15-1. As we go to the 9th inning, Andrew Benintendi got in on the fun last time up with an RBI double. Dominic Leone coming out of the bullpen, kid out of Norwich, Connecticut. Mentioned the other day, while struggling in his junior year at Clemson University, he taught himself to throw a cutter by watching YouTube videos of Mariano Rivera. You want to throw a cutter, that's where you go.
Yeah, but you got to have the right arm angle, right? He's right on top, which is good. They got a lot of guys come out from Connecticut, huh? Pitchers from Connecticut over the years. I mean, I know Barnes recently too, but why Connecticut of all places? Sometimes you wonder.
The 1-1. A lot of talent there in Connecticut. Particularly at the University of Connecticut when it comes to basketball, men's and women's basketball.
Yeah, you don't think baseball from Connecticut. I never did. I never thought baseball from any East Coast.
It's funny though, you know, sometimes you look up in the Little League World Series and there are plenty of East Coast teams, you know, from the youth leagues wind up in the Little League World Series.
What do you call it? Came from Tom's. I don't know why I remember this. Tom's River.
That's right. Tom's River, New Jersey.
Yeah. Fraser.
Trumbull, Connecticut as well. I mean, there's been some pretty good teams on the East Coast producing young talent. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Benintendi. Punch foul.
You know, they really do make a big deal out of the Little League, don't they? They really do. It's
huge.
I don't know if it's prime time TV, but ESPN is all over it.
Rates very high.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's on.
A few years ago, the great Brent Musburger was doing it.
Boy, he did everything.
He did do everything. Retired now. Pop foul out of play. You realize he was a minor league umpire.
Yeah, I heard that.
He wanted to become an umpire initially.
What stopped that?
I think the paycheck. Probably.
Yeah. It's a good call.
Got to look at that first one.
Yeah,
you know what? I think I'm going to try something else.
Yeah.
He became a sports writer in Chicago. And then tried his hand at broadcasting. That worked out pretty well.
Worked out real well.
Up top for ball 4. So Benintendi on. 1540 Connection is a nonprofit teaching people how to detect cancer early to save lives and hope to educate and empower people everywhere. Jerry Remy will be at their gala on July 9th and hopes you can be there too. For more information and to register, visit 15-40.org. Rem feeling stronger and stronger. Should be out of the hospital in the next few days after his surgery.
Yeah, get him back here to do his thing.
Oh, he can't wait. You know that.
Oh, of course.
Benintendi on at first. Red Sox have out-hit Toronto 20-5. And there's another one. Socked toward the alley. Carrera scoops that. Benintendi will stop at second base, given the score. And Dustin Pedroia has a multi-hit game. Well, who doesn't today?
Well, they got 5 guys with at least 3 hits. This ball is on a line. I don't know if he just high enough to get over the second baseman, Barney, just barely. But 5 guys have at least 3 hits today, and that makes 2 for Pedroia.
The Red Sox regular season will come to an end on the 1st of October. I would bet you we're going to look back on today and say, well, that was the high water mark for hits. Because you could have some great days the rest of the way. And you might get 15, 17, 19, 20.
Yeah, it's tough.
Today it's 21 as Travis is on deck. And counting. Still nobody out. Rick Porcello would love a few of these runs to be held over for tomorrow.
No kidding.
As he starts game 1 at Texas.
You know, he didn't pitch that bad last time out either. He really didn't. He gave up 2 in the first. Then he took it all the way to the 6th and gave up that bullet home run to Kepler, remember? And made it look like he had a bad outing, but I thought he threw the ball pretty well. He just, you know, he hasn't had a lot of run support. Obviously, what the difference between this year and last year is ridiculous. 7 runs a game last year, that just doesn't happen. But you get him rolling. Price threw a good game last time out, right? So they're Pomerance and Sale. There's 4. And then Pfister, he's held his own. I thought that was impressive of him, giving up a 3-run home run first inning, giving you 5. So he's pitched 2 decent games. I mean, this rotation, you could get rolling.
The Red Sox with the #1 ERA in the American League right now. It was 3.83 before today. And the Red Sox have only allowed 1 run. Into the shift, Tulowitzki will fire on to first base. Now Pedroia on a tag will be cut down.
It's nice of Pedroia to let him tag him. It really is.
Benintendi safely into third with 2 away on the double play.
That's a nice play by Tulo. You think about it. He said, I can't tag him, but I got to throw it to first to get an out. So he knows that he puts him in no man's land, and Pedroia just takes the out. Wonder would have been like a 2-1 game. He might have been sprawling in there.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Here's Travis. Travis to hit in Hanley's spot. Hanley went 3 for 5 with a home run. Had another very nice day. Jackie Bradley as well. Jackie with 3 hits. He's on deck. Hanley with a 7-game hitting streak. Jackie with a 6-game hitting streak heading into Texas. And Mookie Betts with an 8 RBI game today before going to Texas. Devin Marrero also with a 6-game hitting streak. Many positive signs for this Red Sox team, playing very well. I think you'd have to say their best stretch of baseball of the season. Foul tipped into the mitt.
And you're always going to go back to the Oakland thing when they lost the first 3 games to Oakland. That's where you go back, because they were 500. You'll always go back there. We'll be talking about that till the end of the year.
The Sox did have a 6-game winning streak. Line to center field, pretty well hit. Pilar racing back, and off the glove. Did he hang on? He crashes into the wall, and he hung on to that. You got to be kidding me.
Did that ball hit the ground? Because he lost it for a second. He popped up in the air.
I don't believe it did. I think he was able to contain it. Take a look.
Watch it pop up. No, he got it. You're right. He got it.
Play.
In a 15-1 game.
Mobile app for live Red Sox baseball. Stay connected. Get Red Sox home screen icons and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. 15-1 Sox here. Red Sox are 3 outs away from a sweep, which would be the first of Toronto since 2011. Would also give the Red Sox a 4-game winning streak and put them 12 games over 500 for the first time this season.
Well, if you're Toronto watching the Red Sox right now this weekend series, it's like, ooh.
Still a lot of meetings left. 13 after this.
Exactly.
In there for a strike. Abad has been sharp since he came on out of the bullpen. 6 in a row retired.
But only 2 home runs in this series, both by Betts today, right?
Well, Hanley hit one as well.
Oh, hello. 3 today.
Yeah, but not a ton. A lot of hits. A ton of hits today. 21 hits for the Red Sox. And 8 RBIs. A record-setting day for Mookie Betts. A Red Sox record. Tying a major league record for a leadoff man.
You talk about RBIs. You go back to Freddie Lynn. That's in '75. He got 10 RBIs against Detroit.
Nomar Garciaparra also had a 10 RBI game. Yep.
In Seattle.
Club records. Pop to center. Jackie Bradley, plenty of time, and he'll get there for the first out here in the last of the ninth. Stay on top of the latest Red Sox news with NESN's free text alerts. From breaking news to in-game alerts, NESN will make sure you're in the know. Sign up. Text Red Sox to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply.
Geez, I wonder who's going to be dancing today.
A lot of candidates, but Mookie
really.
Betts should be that guy.
I hope so. If you can't get it today, you're never going to dance.
Right, it's never going to happen.
You know.
Dancing his way to quite an afternoon. 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. Tip of the cap to Drew Pomerance, too. He's about to go to 8-4. Andy Ramirez with a big day. Red Sox with the opportunity to have a 3-game lead in division play when the series opens at Texas tomorrow. Yankees are playing at Houston. They're in the 6th inning, and the Astros have a 5-0 lead in that game. And a 1-2 is fouled out of play by Morales. A couple of strikeouts and a walk for him today.
So the Yankees come home to New York to play Toronto tomorrow night. 3-game series.
Yep. Well, the Sox take on the Rangers at 8:05.
Ball jumps out of that stadium, the Rangers stadium, doesn't it? To right center field is where that sort of draft goes out of there.
Well, it's always very windy in there. It must be for the players like playing inside a dryer because it's hot and windy.
Yeah, and it's like the flags go an opposite way of how the wind's blowing or something. It's weird.
Well, the Red Sox swinging hot bats going to Texas.
Red Sox swept Texas when they came to town last time. Texas wasn't playing very well at that time. Well, maybe they were. They were coming up. Remember, they won 8 in a row, something like that. Maybe 10 in a row.
They were
just
playing
the opposite.
well, yeah.
Right.
That's right. In fact, Pomerance had one of his better games of the year. That's inside ball 4. Now, don't miss a game as the Red Sox trying to maintain sole possession of the top slot in the East. Before the break, import the NESN Red Sox calendar into your favorite desktop, web, or mobile calendar right now. You'll get automatic updates, game reminders, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import the schedule today. So Toronto with a base runner with one down, and Tulowitzki the hitter. He's 0 for 1 for 3 with a base hit as he pops a foul off to the right out of play. Only 5 hits all day for Toronto. So Red Sox pitching will probably not get a lot of attention because of all the offense today, but it's been awfully good again. In there for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Beautiful changeup down and away. You wonder about Tulo, how much time he's got left on his contract. I'm not quite sure. He signed a big deal with Colorado several years ago. That was a big deal when they got him. They went on a run after they got him and David Price a couple years ago, right? They were 500 at the trade deadline date or something like that, and then they went off.
Well, they couldn't lose.
They could not lose.
Ran right past everybody. 1-2 poke foul. Red Sox face the Texas Rangers, their next opponent, May 23rd through the 25th, and swept them 11-6, 9-4, and 6-2. Really beat up on their pitching staff.
Did.
So they must be looking at this score in Texas thinking.
Well, you got Darvish though Tuesday. He's still the real deal now.
He's awfully good. 6-6, but a 3.11 ERA.
He almost no-hit the Red Sox. You remember that? And David Ortiz got the knock. Well, I think it was 2 outs in the ninth. I'm not sure, but it was quite a game. It was a few years ago. But he could be on the trading block with Texas, although they're in the wild card hunt.
Yeah, they've had kind of a strange year, very up and down. Right now they're 40-41 and 14.5 out. I guess everybody's sort of in a wild card hunt to a certain degree. Probably not your Oakland A's. And probably not the White Sox.
Right.
But, you know, even the White Sox are only 8 games out in their division because that division's totally up for grabs.
If Cleveland doesn't win that division, that's like really disappointing.
And that's going to be in there for strike 3. Did you see the speed on that?
Yeah.
Changeup 63 miles an hour.
He did it last inning. It's like, how do you do that?
63.
Usually it's a curveball, but I think it's like a screwball or something. He just spins it, turns it over. I mean, that's hard to do. What is it?
Well, you had the perfect description. It's like it stops in midair.
Yeah. It was outside, too. I don't blame him.
Well, 2 down. Red Sox an out away from a resounding victory here in Toronto and a sweep.
It's nice to have a bot come in here and get it done. 3 little clean innings. Let's go.
Pierce will take one off the plate a little bit to make it 2-0. Red Sox had a lot of good innings in this one, but a truly explosive 7th when they scored 8 times. Highlighted by 2 more Mookie Betts RBIs as he had 8 today. In there for a strike. Drew Pomerance will pick up the win. He didn't need 15 runs today. Turns out all he needed was a couple. And the Red Sox with one of their great offensive performances of the season. In front of about 47,000.
Yes.
Popped up to right field. Pedroia out. He wants it and puts it away. The Red Sox roll today to a sweep of the Toronto Blue Jays. 15-1. First sweep of the Blue Jays since 2011. Mookie Betts, the star of many stars today First Red Sox player with 8 RBIs as a leadoff man. It ties a major league record for a leadoff hitter. TC, lots of great stuff to talk about.